All righty. What is going on, fellas? Been a couple days since we last had a video. Today, we're going to break down a startup Superflex mock draft. For those of you guys that want to join the mock with us, the link is in the live chat right now. I shall throw the tab on the screen so that you guys can see the draft that we're going to be entering. The settings for this, we're going to do a third round reversal on it because I started the draft. I can actually add that setting. Danny's doing God knows what right now.
Sorry, I dropped my coaster for my coffee.
Yeah, that was really important to pick up.
I mean, I don't want to stain on my desk.
Yeah, okay. Someone invited Danny's grandmother here to like teach us about how coasters ruin your wood.
Also, hey, just because I see him right away, I got to give Isaac credit. You were right about the Seahawks, man. You were right. Like every time he had pointed out that we were too low on the Seahawks, and now look at them. They're a minus 250 favorite in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, all I know for sure about the Seahawks is that I was wrong about them. I don't know how many.
You said the Bucs would be favored over them in the playoff game.
I did say that. So that was obviously an incorrect statement. But yeah, we're going to try and fill up this draft as quick as we can, and then we will get into it. I believe I could start the draft with empty spots, so we'll give it a couple of minutes. If it doesn't fill in time, then we can start it with a couple of empty spots in the simulator. But if you guys want to join the draft, the link is in the live chat right now. You join. You don't have to have a paid subscription to Flock Fantasy. If your subscription expired, you could still do the draft with us. But of course, if you guys do want to get a subscription, then obviously you can start your 7-day free trial with code FSE. And I will remind you guys that in about 3 weeks or so, or 2.5 weeks from now, our first edition of our draft guide will be out. I don't know, Danny, do you want to announce what the news is about the draft guide, or do we want to still keep that under wraps?
I think we should. A couple people have asked me. I haven't said anything, but people do know that we have been, let's just say, catching up to the class. Should we?
Yeah, let's announce it. Fuck it. Okay. So this year's draft guide, the big difference, and the usual stuff is that we have, breakdowns of the players in terms of like these player cards that you can see on the screen here. That's Omar Cooper Jr., for example. Strengths, weaknesses, comps, all that good stuff. That is part of the PDF draft guide that you guys have been used to seeing from us if you have been site subscribers over the last couple of years. And we got a nice little remodel and a remake over. The thing that we haven't told you yet, the thing that I think makes our draft guide better than any that you're going to find out there, is that we made a video draft guide. In addition to the PDF that you saw there, you would click in. I don't know if you noticed on the screen, it says prospect video above the picture of Omar Cooper Jr., and you'll be able to basically watch a tail of the tape, which I was previously doing on YouTube. Those will be relocated into the draft guide because YouTube was screwing us for using tape on YouTube. So both of us are on the top 24 prospects of the class. And then after that point, when they're more late round guys, we'll split those up and tackle them. One of us will be doing the video for it. But yeah, that'll be basically what we have for the draft guide this year. And I think film reviews and whatnot with both of our perspective. We'll also add in combine reactions, NFL post-draft, like where they went, landing spot stuff. That'll all be included in this year's draft guide.
Also, shout out Domain, whether this is Avery or Nathan. I was in their chat yesterday when they were doing the mocks, and we were spewing the gospel about Mr. Omar. And I'm sure you guys would have noticed when we showed the little prospect card there, but it does remind me of a former Colt. And I know Brock, if he's in here right now, is probably licking his chops, but I do see a little bit of Pierre Garçon to Mr. Omar's game. Yeah,
for sure. So yeah, we're still waiting on some folks to join the draft. I'll give it another 2 minutes and then we can just start it. Otherwise, again, if you guys want to join, the link's in the chat right here. Join the mock. Just join up and we'll get it going. But yeah, that is the news that we've been hiding for a while, is that we are doing a video draft guide in addition to the regular PDF draft guide, because to my knowledge, I don't think anybody's doing that. As far as, there's plenty of people on our site included. The Domain Guys draft guide looks incredible. The Land Guys draft guide looks incredible right now. So all of that's good. We figured we would pivot and do something a little bit different, give you guys, especially if you follow multiple channels, like I'm sure you'll get a little bit of something from everybody's draft guides and whatnot. Flet's saying to send the invite. Looks like we're filling up here in short order. Got 3 more spots for those of you guys that still want to join. And yes, these drafts are on Flock Fantasy, and you don't have to necessarily be a FSE code user to join. You should be able to join just via the link I put in the chat.
Classic. Yeah, by the way, he was never going to get drafted high, but did you see that Diego Pavia was 5'9"?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, Diego Pavia being 5'9" was pretty funny. All right, looks like we're full. I'm gonna hit the start draft button again. This is a 2 quarterback super flex, whatever you want to call it. 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, 1 tight end, 2 flex, 14 bench, 3rd round
We need one
reversal
in the
as
one
well.
hole. Oh, there was nobody in the one hole.
Yeah, there was.
It said empty for me.
Oh, okay. Well, land bot. Oh shit. Okay. Well, there was somebody in the one hole for a second there.
You're good. And Drake May 101. That's where we've come, and that's where we should be.
Yeah, well, I'm assuming land bot is largely based off of Zach's rankings, and looks like Zach is on the same page as you and I.
Does look like that. Let me get Mr. Danny rankings.
Yep. And yeah, of course, if you guys are site subscribers, you can hit the sort button, sort by our specific rankings, and then load those in. And also, if you guys missed last week's video on the Dynasty trade targets by position, we now have a brand new trade value chart update. So for those of you guys that are trying to make some moves before your league mates catch up to the draft class, let's say you're like, oh man, I'm 1 wide receiver away from competing. I'm going to send the 109 for X, Y, and Z player. You can use the trade value chart in addition to our trade calculator to be able to make some moves. And we do have 2026 rookie pick values in there so that you can get ahead of your league mates.
Well, that's what I was going to say too. For what it's worth too, as we keep getting all along the prospect cycle, like I will be adjusting the values specifically in like the 106 to 112 range, the 2nd round rookie picks once we end up adding those in. But realistically, the 106 to 112 is probably going to be a lot more dynamic in terms of like where they go up and down in these rankings. Because as we get through the class, man, like it's starting to materialize. Like we said a week and a half ago, like, oh, like what does the 107 to 112 actually look like? Well, now we see, a Concepcion kind of flashing up on tape. Obviously, Omar Cooper, we just talked about. We'll see what ends up happening in terms of, the Senior Bowl, in terms of the combine testing. But we're starting to shape the, mid to late portion of the 1st round now. And I'll let you explain your Bijan pick.
Yeah, Daniels versus Bijan versus like Lamar, Caleb, Gibbs. I just think that Bijan and Gibbs are bigger advantages at their position than Daniels, Jackson, and Caleb are at their position. So I guess longevity-wise, it's a quarterback, especially if it's Daniels or Caleb. It's a young quarterback. That's a stable asset that's going to hold its value a little bit longer. But in rooms where you feel like you can get a good competitive team built, I don't fault anybody for taking the anchor 23, 24-year-old running backs with Bijan and Gibbs over those types of players because, like I said, I think they're a larger production upgrade over like the rest of their position. So if you feel like it's going to be a profitable strategy to go competitive, then I do think that Bijan and Gibbs are worth being taken over some of those quarterbacks when 3 calendar years ago, Danny, we were basically just ripping off the quarterback rankings in the 1st round. It felt like where it was very quarterback heavy, get your anchor quarterback, get your anchor 2 quarterbacks potentially. Whereas now I feel like the quarterback 10 through 24 has flattened out to the point that you can actually get some nice value at wide receiver, at running back, and even at tight end early in drafts.
Yeah, I would tend to agree. We also see 101 here go at the 203. Going to be an interesting debate. I do think with Jeremiah Love, in terms of like the worst possible outcome and landing spot, it'd probably be like a Tennessee. We do get a couple spots there, like Washington, maybe the Saints take the re-roll, maybe the Chiefs take them. Like the realistic landing spots, because I think there's really no scenario he falls outside of the top 10. There's probably 4 or 5 fits in that top 10 range.
Yeah, I think he could go as high as, I don't think Arizona would do it at 3, but it wouldn't shock me if they did because they do kind of need a run game at the moment. I would say Tennessee at 4 is probably the absolute ceiling for where he would go, but I would say that Tennessee probably has bigger needs than that. It's probably more than likely he goes pick 7, pick 8, or pick 9 to the Commanders, Saints, or Chiefs, most likely.
Yep.
And if he falls outside the top 10, it's not impossible. We've seen the NFL go, running back, it's not like the most valuable position. But in the last couple of years, we've seen multiple running backs go in the top 10. Bijan went in the top 10. Gibbs went 12th overall when a lot of people thought he was going to be a late 1st round pick. Genty went at 6 overall last year. Like it's not out of the ordinary at all for a guy like Jeremiah Love's prospect caliber to go in the top 10.
I'm going to mix it up here. Typically, I would take one of the quarterbacks between Mahomes, Hurts, Lawrence, but because I grabbed an Allen, I kind of want to see him make a competitive shell. And I do also want to talk about Amari Hampton because we do get the reports now. Mike McDaniel going to the LA Chargers, big stonks up for that offense. Like when it's all said and done, if we're getting a 3 down Amari Hampton with Mike McDaniel's scheme next to Justin Herbert, who's to say he can't pass Ashton Genty in terms of the rankings?
Yeah, I would say I think everybody expects this to be a 1-year thing. because I think McDaniel will be a hot name for coaching jobs next year. So that would be my one concern about raising Hampton too high, is that I from a redraft perspective, I'm very excited about him. And he is obviously a young running back, so that helps him in Dynasty. But it wouldn't totally shock me if, this McDaniel season of his is like maybe an outlier efficiency type year, where maybe he gets overvalued this time next year. Either way, like, you got to feel great. Like, that top like 6 or so of running backs between Hampton, Achane, Genty is like that second tier, and then Bijan, Gibbs, and Love potentially right up there with those guys. Those guys are all anchor running backs for your fantasy teams at this point. And in startups, I want to leave with anchor players. That's one thing that I'm really taking away this year is this guy going to be a staple anchor at his position? So if I'm making a pick who I think is like a projected upside piece in the early to, first 3 rounds of my draft, I feel like that's probably an overvalued player, knowing that you're going to get anchor pieces at every position in the.
But like, who exactly would you classify as an anchor or as an overvalued piece like that? Then,
like, so as much as I love Emeka Egbuka and Tetaroa McMillan, I don't necessarily think they're anchor wide receivers for your team. You're hoping that they become second round assets when they're already third round assets. Like, I think I'd be more likely and inclined to take a Joe Burrow or a Jalen Hurts or some assets like that, where I know they're an anchor at their position.
Those guys go higher, though. I mean, more so in this range. Like,
Trevion is a good example of another guy that I think is more of like a guy that I feel good about, and I think he can gain value, but is he an anchor running back at this point in time?
No, that's reasonable. And again, when we did the way too early 2026, I will say the 2 guys that kind of aged pretty poorly, like TreVeyon Henderson just hasn't gotten the workload in the pro season, so I don't think he would go as high as I had him.
And it's concerning knowing he didn't get it in college either after his freshman year.
That's going to be something that we have to attack, is obviously with him. And I'm more bullish on Burden, because I do think with DJ Moore potentially gone, that opens up snaps. And he's, to me, the player that if he gets the snaps, he's going to be able to deliver. Henderson specifically, though, like Ramondre, you can make the case has looked better than him straight up. Like, it's not coaching malpractice that he's not getting the work.
Yeah, no, for sure. And that's kind of where I'm at with a guy like Burden, or even like Dart's another good example, somebody who just went off the board, where I'm like, do I feel like these guys are anchor players yet? I know why they're going here. They're rookies. They were rookies last year, and they've shown enough to the point that you'd feel excited about betting on them to continue to gain value. But to me, they do kind of pigeonhole you into, we talk about flexibility and startups all the time. They do kind of almost pigeonhole you into a rebuild type of thing. Like, you can't really be competitive with Luther. In my opinion, you shouldn't be taking Luther Burden in the 3rd round if you think you're going to be competitive. Like, you should be taking a receiver who's more in his prime at that point.
And I will say there's a couple of guys like next up on my list. My thoughts on Carnell Tate. And let's just say I'm hoping that he makes it there, especially knowing that I knew Loveland would make it on the way back, because I have Loveland higher than everybody else on the site.
Yeah, you do. Ooh. And see Tate and Loveland both kind of, I think Loveland more so than Tate would fit the bill as like, that's an anchor at his position. But Tate, taking the 103 at the end of the 3rd round is probably correct. That's probably where it should go.
It's a good luxury too, because worst case scenario, I have the flexibility to, like, for example, if we keep going and the wide receivers fall a little bit, I can just say, well, that would be like the quarterback 14 relative off the board. That'd be comfortable where I'd value Mendoza as well. So the fact that I can take the 103 in this room and not pigeonhole position right now early in the drafts, what are we talking about, Corey? Flexibility. If you have the flexibility to be able to take whether it's Mendoza, whether it's Tate at that spot, have the flexibility to adjust in the draft later on, pending what value falls. To me, that's why if you ever draft in January and February before the NFL draft, and you're able to take rookie picks, like you see me, Corey, like I'll almost like take the rookie pick a little bit ahead of where it should, because I know it's just such a staple asset as it progresses in the offseason.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. Can I throw my hat in the ring in the listener league this year, coming off a strong season of 2 championships and ready to test my luck? Yeah, I would say the first like startup that we're going to probably do will probably come around the time of our draft guide release, whether it's the first edition or this. I think best ball, because of how many leagues we're in, are probably going to be the strategy there. I'm gonna test out going really light at receiver here. I'm gonna grab Bucky Irving over Henderson. I think in my, if I had gun to my head right now, I think I would take Bucky, because I think the Zach Robinson hire is good for Bucky Irving. The creativity of how he used Bijan as a pass catcher. And I am semi worried about, Stevenson being there next year. I think a lot of people just assumed, let's say 6 weeks ago, that Henderson would be the starting running back of the Patriots going forward. And I do think it's possible that throughout his career, he's now going to have a guy in his backfield with him. And I think it's maybe making Trevion a little bit overvalued on the market right now.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Just say you're a Tampa Bay fan, Jake. No, it is joke sometimes because I always joke with Corey. I'm like, hey, Corey, like you're starting to become the Tampa Bay version of me, like almost
a little bit homery.
You know?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know. Do you guys feel outrageous that Bucky Irving, I just took it?
No. Not Bucky Irving. I think that's good. Like that's where he should go. It's just like in general now. It's like you're a fan and you're allowed to be a fan.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Let me ask you this question, Danny, because I think the easy answer is just go, oh yeah, like that guy. In a startup, taking Trevion Henderson versus Chase Brown feels like a closer discussion to me now than it was 6 weeks ago. Where I would have easily taken Trevion Henderson 6 weeks ago.
It's more of a conversation. I think just the stability of the asset. Like if Brown had one bad redraft year, I feel like the market would sour him a lot more than it would on Trevion.
I think they would sour quickly on Henderson if he's not the starting running back next year.
Yeah, no, fair. I mean, I just think the expectation, like if Chase Brown's not a top 10 running back, I think people would sour on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, Jay Metal, recently I don't think I agree with that, to be honest. Corey was on a generational run at the end of the regular season. He was saying, hey, Tampa Bay's a top 3 playoff team. Yeah. Ethan, we'll get to all the site questions and stuff after the draft. I did see that you DM'd me. I'll take a look after.
I'll take this. I'm building out a nice little competitive team here, and I have Joe Burrow, so I'll grab T. Higgins as my anchor wide receiver here. Even though I technically have Brian Thomas Jr. ranked higher, I think that given my build, I think T. Higgins makes a little bit more sense.
Also, damn, I was hoping Prescott would fall back, but that's a good pick, man. 506 for Prescott. You cannot complain, especially when you start out with just the firepower at the flexes that Perk has. I probably would have taken a receiver over Henderson, knowing you started Gibbs and Genty, but I do think the nucleus of that squad is very well built.
Yeah. How do you feel about the Chargers receivers and Gadsden and whatnot with McDaniel coming in? Like, does this make you, I would say both, like I felt pretty neutral about Ladd McConkey before the hire. And now I feel a little bit more bullish on him, like redraft ADP. Bullish. Let's see where he's going in best ball right now.
I would lean to guess probably round 4 is his ADP.
Yeah, like for those of you guys that don't know, if you're already fiending fantasy football, the big board is live. So if you guys want to do fantasy drafts, you can on Underdog. This is why Underdog's the absolute GOAT, is you can go on Underdog and draft fantasy football teams January 28th when the season ended and the Super Bowl hasn't even been played, less than a month ago. And right now, the current ADP projection of Ladd McConkey is Ladd McConkey. Where is he? I can't find him. Hold on. Ladd, 37.9 overall ADP. So he's going at about a 3-4 turn pick right now.
I mean, I will defend myself here a little bit. What Dak takes were wild. Like I've always been on the camp of he's top 5 to 8. I've never.
I think maybe the fantasy specific takes, not necessarily the real life takes.
Maybe I mean, like he was top 5 fantasy
Dak over Purdy, Dak over those kind of quarterbacks in Dynasty.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but like he was like a top 5 to 6 quarterback in points per game this year. Like I don't.
Yeah, but he is also 33 years old.
Fair.
And that was part of the thesis that you had to factor in. I'm on the clock again here.
Thoughts on Rome? I think he's a better player than he showed at the end of the year. I also do think that Luther Burden is the guy that I would bet on going forward.
I'm gonna grab Devontae Smith here. I think that there's a solid chance he's the number 1 in Philadelphia after this offseason.
Don't let them rage bait you too late. Y'all think Dak going to take a hit? They will sign Pickens. I'm not worried.
They'll wait until September 1st so that we have to talk about it for fucking 6 months, because the Cowboys do that literally on purpose, and the owner has admitted it. But I do think they will eventually. I think he's going to get tagged, and they're going to sign him to an extension 2 weeks before the season starts.
So hear me out. I am actually starting to like. You've never heard me say about the process, the approach. Those words have never come out of my mouth when it comes to the Cowboys. The way that they've been approaching this offseason so far has really made me happy. Like the due diligence they took at defense coordinator, not hiring an old candidate just to hire an old guy, actually going out and hearing interviews. Christian Parker, they're giving him full autonomy to sort his staff. It's like the stuff that's happening with Schottenheimer just wasn't happening in the McCarthy era in terms of just what they're allowed to do from a staff perspective. And I'm curious to see if that translates towards free agency.
What do you mean you've never been on board with what they do process?
The process.
I don't know, dude. That sounds like a new take to me.
No. The process of how things are handled, I've never been a fan of. Like last year, you heard me. They hired Eberflus because he was a linebackers coach here at some point. They didn't actually go through a hiring process. Even with how they hired Schottenheimer, I told you, I'm like, we're not even having interviews with outside candidates. Like I wasn't a fan of that. But the fact that, do you think Jerry Jones knew who fucking Christian Parker was before this offseason?
Probably not.
You know what I mean? Like to me, that's like Schottenheimer doing due diligence in a different way of an approach.
Maybe, but wasn't Schottenheimer the old way of doing things? Like the hiring
from Jerry's
of
perspective, yeah. From Jerry's perspective, but I do think in the Schottenheimer era, they're actually giving the coaching staff more lenience to like orchestrate things the way they want to.
Damn it, I wanted Kenneth Walker there.
It almost felt like McCarthy was kind of like a little bit more like puppety, but like that's another. New Steelers head coach, by the way.
Yeah, he is the new Steelers head coach. Indeed.
Kraft is falling. Yeah, like honestly, if I didn't have Colson Loveland, I would have taken him at my last pick. So yeah, Tucker Kraft to me, the ACL is a concern, but I still have him as my tight end 6 in Dynasty because I do think the superstar ability is what he showed before he got hurt, and I also think he was a clean.
Perk. That's what I was gonna take.
Oh damn, yeah, ETN good value. I will say I won't root for the Seahawks in the Super Bowl because I have money on the Patriots. But also, if the Seahawks were to win, I would feel good for DeMarcus Lawrence because DeMarcus Lawrence has been a heart and soul guy throughout his career. He's been playing through so many injuries.
Take Bryce here. Fuck it.
And also you heard when he left for Seattle, he basically said like the approach in Dallas will never get them a Super Bowl, and like he leaves and gets a Super Bowl his first year.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really surprised that you think at age 83 your owner has now changed his ways. Yeah,
that hurts.
Okay, we need to hear from Travis Hunter, Copium Corner here with Danny Ladd. Are you scared that he's going to play more corner? Because that's everybody's concern right now.
Scared in terms of taking him where I had him ranked? Yes, I wouldn't take him probably as a first 4 round, probably not even as a first 5 round pick. But when we're talking about in like the 6th round and on, like if I didn't have a competitive team, I would have taken him over Chase Brown. So 7th round,
I would take him over Chase. He wouldn't even be anywhere close to that area for me. And I love the player Travis Hunter, but I think there's enough worry there that I would.
There is worry
off at that price point.
Keep in mind, me baking in the worry is still going to be higher than a lot of people.
You're on the clock still,
well, fuck. I guess I got Devontae Adams. Okay, sure.
I guess my thought process is like Travis Hunter is worth an early 2nd round pick, probably on the open market, which sounds shitty to say, but that's probably what he's worth. Like I don't think you should pay a first for the guy right now.
I mean,
if it's this year 111 or something.
Yeah, I would pay a late one this year easily.
Yeah, this year
him versus Denzel Boston,
like a future first, I wouldn't pay for him.
Like if it's him versus like Denzel Boston and co.
Yeah, I would pay that, but I would not pay a future first for him. Like even like the best contender in my league gives me his 2027 first. I wouldn't pay that for Travis Hunter. I don't think.
Yeah.
Hunter could play wide receiver. We still view him like as a very good wide receiver, and I'm overly not concerned for.
Well, that's the thing. It's not a question about ability,
Myers, but
because like the thought of the ability hasn't changed for me. It's just what is the opportunity, and the opportunity
usage scares me.
Like it fucking sucks that an injury mid-season caused them to trade for and extend a receiver and also open up the door for Parker Washington to have a good role. Because honestly, now that the Jags have that affirmation, there is more of a risk he plays more corner. That's my thought on it. Because I don't think that was the intention.
It's a horrible run out of what actually happened.
Because it's like you trade for Jacoby Myers and then extend him. Parker Washington has a big playoffs. And then you look at the roster on paper. It's like, yeah, they do need a corner more than they need a receiver. Again, I still think Travis Hunter is the special talent at receiver that I can't take him off the field. But I'm not the one making the decision here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's completely out of my control in terms of the usage. And yeah, like if he's a 50% snap share player, he's going to lose a ton of value. My issue, though, is like, I don't know as an NFL franchise how you can watch him at wide receiver, the ability he has shown, and not make him a full-time player. Like that hope is that
they go into the
how do you bake it
training camp saying that he's not going to play wide receiver, and then they get him on the practice field and go, we can't not have this guy on offense.
And that's what the hope is at this point. Like, he is just too good of a talent at wide receiver, which again, I'm not backtracking on my thought of the player, dude. This guy had special tape. Special tape.
I agree too. Yeah. I think the bet is worth the price now for sure. Yeah. Like, if you wanted to say if somebody said he is the biggest buy low in all of Dynasty right now, I think that's a very valid opinion. I just think that I want him at the right price. That's my thing, because there is risk that factors in, and the right price to me is like 110 to 112 in this year's rookie class. If you can send that pick for Travis Hunter, I would do it. Yeah. And if you can send an early second or even cheaper, then all the more power to you, because then it's an even better deal.
Also, for what it's worth, if I was actually picking at that pick, I got Devontae, I probably would have taken Michael Wilson.
Yeah. Well, the nice thing, and I told you this, Danny, as well. Somehow I ended up with no Travis Hunter. The only, because I'm in so many leagues with you, obviously, that you took him a lot. And the only share that I actually had of Travis Hunter was a Devi team in which I drafted Travis Hunter in the 5th round of the Devi startup. And I traded him to you along with Amari and Hampton so that I could go back to back. And I did, in fact, go back to back, thanks to Terrence Ferguson. On the very last game of the year, I finally beat Sexy Pats. But yeah, I did go back to back in that league, because you gave me like Zay Flowers and Alvin Kamara and Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry I got from somebody else. But you gave me a bunch of St. Brown, I think was one of the players you gave me too.
Yeah. Yeah, I gave you a bunch of more win now players. I got Hunter, Omari, and a piece and a pick, I think I got. But yeah, now I am a young team, a lot of young assets, and just excited too, because another thing too, I noticed, dude, Corey, I'm not sure if you've seen this. Have you done your research for like the Devi drafts in our leagues? It almost feels like there's so many better available players this year than last year. Like that haven't already been rostered.
I feel like we had a better handle.
Yeah.
On who the 2026 prospects were going to be. And they were already rostered from the previous year, because people knew that Carnell Tate was a 5-star recruit or whatever. They knew that Jordan Tyson had, you know what I mean? Like, most of those guys were rostered.
Becker's a big example. Like, Becker should go high. It had a 90 PFF grade, 6'4".
Well, yeah, and we also had a couple of good freshmen this year with Tony and whatnot that are available in the Devi draft as well. So yeah, this would be fun. I haven't actually done really any research on the Devi class. I usually save that until after I've gotten through the rookie class, because I don't load the next year's prospects in until like April or May typically. On the 2027 class. I think I would really like to make a concerted effort to have a good feel of the 2027 class around the time of 2026 rookie drafts, though, so that I know, like, should I be punting picks into next year? What picks should I be going after in next year's class, etc.
I think you all undersold the value. I mean, Jared, to be fair, based off the multiple years that we've been playing in Devi, it's never been as good as it's been this year. I'll just say that for free. Like, there's points where, like, the middle of the first round of I'm assuming you mean replenish. I'm assuming you mean replenish is like the rookie.
Either the rookie class or just like you're 3 years into a league. How does the Devi pool look now that you're drafting from? There's always guys that pop up out of nowhere. College football is a very large landscape. You're never going to get all the best players.
Yeah, like for reference, if I can also, I don't know why Sleeper changed the whole layout. It completely confused me. I didn't even know if I was logged in or not. Have you noticed that on the freaking site?
The desktop version, you mean?
Yeah. The desktop version, like it's sorted so differently. Like, I can't find anything.
Looks exactly the same to me. I don't know what you're talking about.
This? That doesn't look exactly the same.
Oh, I'm always logged in when I go to the site. So I
am logged in.
Oh, that's weird. If you go to sleeper.com/leagues, that's the main site that you should load into. But anyways, Kyle Menengai, 1005. That's an interesting price tag.
Okay, now I'm good.
I think one guy I'm starting to, I feel like you and I have been fading this player's entire career. 10th round Terry McLaurin for a competitive team feels kind of nice to me.
I thought about him versus Pierce. I went with Pierce because I think he's going to get a big payday.
Yeah, Pierce in the 10th round makes sense, I think, there. I don't know. I know he's 30 years old, but with Jaden for the next 2 to 3 years, like, why can't he produce, top 24 numbers? Like, we all were taking, well, not you and I, but like most people were taking him as a top 4 round redraft pick last year. Some in the early to mid 3rd. Some people were taking him.
I'll look degeneracy draft results. So for reference, last year in the replenish draft, 101 Cam Ward, 102 Tyler Warren, 103 Caleb Johnson, 104 was Mason Taylor.
Yeah, it fell off pretty fast. There's a couple guys last year that we didn't know about going into the year, and they went high, like Tyler Warren and
Cam Ward. Outside of that,
Caleb Johnson went high, and then like even what was the 103 Caleb Johnson? He was like
103 was Caleb Johnson
drafts.
Yeah, like obviously, like for example, Jacob Sanderson actually hit on Scattaboo. Outside of that, though, like Fannin was a hit. You took Ferguson at the 112. Jack Besh went at 110.
Oh yeah, I won the league, so yeah, I had a really depleted pick.
Jalen Knoll, yeah, like the players that were being taken, and then if I go in disciples, the other players that were in that league: Ward, Warren, Caleb Johnson, RJ Harvey was available in this league. He wasn't in the other one. Jaden Higgins, 105 was you. 106 was Cam Scattaboo. 107 Harold Fannin. I took
Jaden Higgins over Scattaboo. Fuck.
And Fannin.
Yeah, I mean,
you were never going to do that.
I literally have Fannin in 50% of my leagues, so I don't care.
Tootin, Kyle Williams, Jack. So like, yeah, this year it's a lot more open, I would say, because there's like the Omar Coopers, guys like that. But at the same time, like most years, it kind of looks like that. Like Caleb Johnson, you have to think of the 103.
Yeah, I keep going to these veteran wide receivers. Let's grab Chris Godwin here.
This is a mock draft.
Yeah, this is a mock draft. And we're going to do another one after this as well. So if you guys want to get into the next mock draft, we'll drop the link for that in a few minutes. And then we are going to go through, I believe we have, 6 trade questions and a team review. So we're going to go over that on the site. So if you guys do want to submit a trade question or so a site question of some kind, team review, whatever, we are going to do those at the top of the hour, probably around 3 p.m. Eastern, I would imagine, is when we'll be done the second mock. So
spoiler alert for those of you, before all the buzz came out, because I mean, not before the buzz, but like now it feels like more consensus that people have Mekhi over Tyson. But when it was like, oh, Tyson's the one and Tate and Lemon are clearly after him, like I reached out to Jay Metal. I'm like, I got Tyson, you got Lemon. If you want to swap them, like I'm down. And he's like, nah, like Lemon's higher for me. I'm like, fuck, you knew. Yeah, because I have Tyson in the Disciples League. He has Lemon.
Right.
I was trying to make that swap.
5's not bad. I wasn't really that excited.
I prefer Willis.
Not terrible.
So I got Willis in this range. I honestly, like, I think Willis in the 12th round, like he's got to sign somewhere as a starter. The way he's played.
I'll grab Tyrone Tracy here. I feel like Tracy's got a chance to be solid in year one with Scattaboo coming off of the injury. I feel like I take him in all these mocks that we do.
Like, am I crazy to say, like, I mean, like the Shadur lovers are going to be all over this, but like the Browns should sign Malik Willis.
Yeah. Well, I mean, here's the thing. If you believe that Malik Willis is going to start games, then he should be over Michael Penix, because Michael Penix, even when healthy, was terrible and unusable for fantasy. So it's like, oh, you might think he's going to be a starter longer. Like, let's say you think it's a 2-year asset window with Malik Willis and a 3 to 5 year asset window with Michael Penix. If you're a Penix believer, I think that's a stretch to say that he's going to be a starter for 3 to 5 years for the Falcons. Michael Penix was like a 14 point per game fantasy quarterback, like completely unusable.
Yeah.
So like you'd rather have 2 years of very usable production in Malik Willis than you would 3 to 5 years of completely unusable quarterback 3 in case of emergency production with Michael Penix.
Well, that's what I mean. Like in this case, like what's the difference between Penix versus like Geno? Realistically.
It's as bad as it sounds. I mean, Geno is fucking horrendous. So, I mean, there's a difference between at least it's a younger Geno, I guess.
Call me crazy. I think the NFL likes Geno more than it does Penix.
It does. The NFL doesn't have to like Penix. Just the Falcons need to like Penix, which appears to be the case.
I don't know. I don't think this is the last time we hear about Geno getting a start somewhere, dude. I really don't. Like, he had a bad year, don't get me wrong, with the Raiders, but like he was a good above average quarterback for the Seahawks for how many years? 3?
Yeah, well, I mean, my thought process is the Seahawks are now 2 for 2 on giving up on quarterbacks when they should.
Fair. I mean,
they give up on Russell Wilson. He flames out in Denver. They give up on
with
Geno
respect
Smith
to Darnold. With respect to Darnold, I'm very curious how Geno would have played with Klinkubiak. That's all I'll say.
As much of a Sam Darnold hater as I tend to be, I think that Sam Darnold proved he's a much better quarterback than Geno Smith.
See, I don't know about much better though, because Geno was very similar statistically in much worse systems.
Geno can't He sucks. I don't want to hear it.
I
don't
disagree.
Hear that he's good. He sucks.
He had
his like 17 picks this year.
Carroll's Nepo baby couldn't coach an offensive line to save his life.
I guess. I didn't think Geno was good since his 2022 year. That first year when he was comeback player of the year material. I haven't thought he's good since then. I don't care what Nina Kimes says about him.
Shane Waldron and frickin' what was it? Shane Waldron and Ryan Grubb as his OCs. The year he leaves, they get fucking Clint Kubiak. Like, what a poor run out for him.
He should have been better with Grubb. I don't think Grubb was that bad.
Grubb was bad, dude.
JSN and Metcalf, man.
Sure. Why do I hear a clock? Oh, I thought it was my pick. I was like tweaking. I heard the beating pick there. I heard the beating drum in my ear. I'm like, I got to make a pick. What?
Yeah. I guess my thought process is that an NFL team will probably sign Geno Smith to be like a bridge or like a competitive, like a, I could see the Cardinals signing him, or I could see the Vikings signing him as like a competitive with JJ and Camp kind of guy. I just don't think we're going to live in a world in which Geno Smith is ever thought of as a top 32 quarterback that you want to start and build a franchise around. I think those days are done.
Top 32 is a low bar, bro. It's a low bar. And
I don't think we're going to see Geno Smith get a starting job where he's unequivocally the starter.
I don't know, man. Like, he had 3 straight years with over 64% completion percentage, over 20 touchdowns in 3 straight years. Obviously, he had the big year in 2022. 2023, why do I still hear the clock?
Yeah, I don't know. The draft was over. Also, what do you mean make the same mistake I did? I've been too low on Darnold for years. I've been exactly the right amount of low on Geno Smith for a number of years.
Yeah.
I thought neither were good quarterbacks. And obviously, Darnold I was wrong about, and I'll eat crow on that. But Geno has proven that he's not good, in my opinion.
Yeah. Also, I believe Drake May is like consensus 101 on the site too, so that helps. It also helps me with Josh Allen.
Oh, I didn't even take a tight end. I mean, for what it's worth, like the tight ends available at the end of the draft were still like Dallas Goedert and shit, so I'd probably just take them with my next couple of picks.
Nick Papa Giorgio.
Yeah, like Dallas Goedert didn't get picked, I don't think. Yeah, he didn't.
Don't you guys love the feeling of winning? Yeah, it is a good feeling, I will say.
It is a great feeling, yeah. It feels better than losing in front of hundreds of thousands of people, that's for sure.
You did a good job at 111. I will say, hope as long as I get Mendoza at 105 might be a little wishful.
I mean, I'd be fine with, I think Tyson over Harrison and Burden and those guys is a little rich for me.
Yeah, I
like if that's Tyson, that 105.
How many drafts does Mendoza realistically get to 105?
I've seen a lot of people say that he's consensus 1-2 to 1-4. So I think that a lot of drafts he will go higher than 1-5. Yeah.
You remember the days when we can get Drake May at 105?
People were getting Drake. Someone in the chat.
107, 108.
People were telling me they got Drake May like 109 in their drafts.
Bro, do you remember when it was called Take Lock when it said like in week 5 that I still had Drake May over Jaden Daniels, and then a year later that was consensus?
I remember in Tone Setter Truthers, I traded a 2 and Jaden Daniels for Drake May before the season. And I was like, oh God, what a terrible trade that was.
That's 360'd.
Yeah, it's completely 360'd. And now I think you probably don't, that gets declined now,
Easily.
Right? Like you get Jane Daniels in a 2 for Drake May, that gets declined.
You know what I'm pissed about is before the season started, I tried everywhere to get a couple
3.
I tried everywhere to get downtown Drake May rookie cards, which if you're not sure, Corey, I could have gotten them probably for about $1,100 Canadian. He's in the Super Bowl now. That rookie card is ballooning in price. I could have made at least 5+ X my money on that if I just bought that card. Like if I search it right now, Drake May PSA 10 downtown rookie card. Drake May PSA 10.
I'm going to drop another link to join another draft in the chat right now. So if you guys want to join this draft, we will be doing another mock. And then, like I said, after we're going to do the team reviews and whatnot that we have.
Corey, I could have got it around the time for like $1,100. Most recent price is at $3.3 thousand American. If the Patriots win the Super Bowl, it's easily crashing over $5,000.
Well, so when I was a kid, my dad won a signed Sidney Crosby jersey at an auction and he sold it in 2008 or whatever. The Penguins won the Stanley Cup the first time. He sold it for $7,000 or $8,000, and he won it basically on like a $300 or $400 bid at an auction.
And now that jersey is probably worth fucking 50 grand. No, I'm kidding.
I know it's probably worth a lot. It was a signed Sidney Crosby jersey from his rookie year with a signed Sidney Crosby rookie card in the bottom right corner.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's generational wealth in a jersey.
It might have been generational wealth, Loki. My dad bought like a flat screen TV and like something else with it. I can't remember what he bought, but I mean, for what it's worth, he spent $300 to get it and sold it for like thousands. So
yeah, no,
can't go broke taking a profit.
I'm just pissed at myself because I knew this was going to happen with Drake May. Like, you've heard how fucking arrogant my takes were on Drake May, and I wasn't hard enough in trying to get that card before the season started.
Yeah. Yeah, you were again, people could say a lot about you, Danny, but when you're really emotionally invested in a player, more or less it does work out. Like the Colston Loveland shit, more or less that worked out. The one thing that hasn't worked out so far has been Travis Hunter, but if your track record's any indication, it's probably going to be elite this year. So
let's hope so, man. And I was the Michigan fan,
by the way, in the draft, for those of you guys that want to join.
I was the Michigan fan and never understood this. I was the Michigan fan and I never understood that. When people had
people who put JJ over him were doing the thing. You know why we didn't do that, Danny? Because we learned our lesson with Trey Lance. That's why we didn't do it. Yeah. Like, I'm not putting an inferior prospect over a better prospect just because he got a better landing spot.
Nope, not happening. Took May at 110 after trying to trade the pick to multiple owners. Nobody wanted the pick. McCarthy was already dropped. Jesus, P2.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I saw plenty of JJ over Drake May in my rookie drafts. I saw a lot of Odunze over Drake May as well. Couple Bowers over Drake May. I mean, Bowers obviously has been a stud, so it's not a big deal. But Drake. I everywhere I took him was 105 or 106 mostly. I think I never saw him go further than that.
He is my 103. Like in that draft cycle.
In that draft cycle, yeah, he was. Yeah. I put Neighbors ahead of him. I'm pretty sure. I think I had Neighbors 103.
Yeah, I had him above Neighbors, but the one that hasn't worked out, I had Marv at 102. But like, who didn't have Marv at 102 that year?
Yeah, everyone did.
You know,
everyone did.
Yeah, it's just funny to track because even after his rookie year, you remember the backlash I got like from Mason too. He's like, Mason was like, you have Drake May over Patrick Mahomes at Dynasty.
Yeah, he was mad.
Remember that?
Anyways, we got 3 more spots. The 101 is available, the 103 is available, and the 107 is available. I'll give it another 2 minutes if it doesn't fill up. The link to join the draft is in the chat right here. If you guys want to join the draft, we are doing another startup mock, and then we will get into a couple site questions that we do have. And if you have a site question, you can obviously queue that up as well, because we'll be getting into those in a bit. Yeah, it's fun to go back and look on these rookie classes. What did we get right? What did we get wrong? Because ultimately, I feel like it feels good when you're really high on a prospect and it hits, but the actual thing that needs to be right is who you had them ranked over. It doesn't necessarily, you don't need to be like, for example, for me, like I was really high on Emeka Egbuka. What was the right decision? Well, the right decision was ranking him over Matthew Golden. That's all you really had to do. You could have liked Matthew Golden and Emeka Egbuka equally, but as long as you had Egbuka ranked higher, then that was a good decision. You also probably wanted to have Egbuka ranked ahead of Judkins potentially, especially after the whole legal situation. You would have felt better about his value and whatnot. But yeah, ultimately it is just like you need to rank them over the right people.
Hey, and as good as Warren was, Loveland over Warren has been really fucking nice. Has been really fucking
nice. And
I
was quite high on both players. I did prefer Warren because I thought the early production would be better, and it was obviously. But
if you traded Warren for Loveland Plus after week 5, you probably made out like a freaking bandit.
Yeah, you probably probably got Loveland plus a 1 at least for Warren at the time.
Yeah, which is wild to think about because it's like, we couldn't be patient on the 21-year-old freak athlete, 6'6", 245-pound tight end.
We need to at least wait till these rookie seasons are over. Like, let's be clear here. Like, it's okay to be like, now Matthew Golden, we're like, okay, sub 400 yards and 0 touchdowns in the regular season. That's kind of a problem. But if you're like week 4, like giving up on Colston Loveland, that seemed like an issue if you were doing that.
Wait, but Corey, like Packers fans just told me that like Packers just don't use rookie receivers. Like it's okay.
Yeah, a lot of people said that to us in the comments. We still got 1 empty slot here. If anybody wants in the draft, you can join it up.
Hop in, baby.
The Packers may not have wanted to use Matthew Golden in year 1. However, when Jaden Reed and Christian Watson were out, they should have used him. And it speaks a lot to Golden's readiness and potential to play wide receiver in the NFL that he was not used. Because if you're starting Dontavian Wicks and Samori Toure and Malik Heath over him, then why did you take him in the first round?
like Packers don't like using rookie wide receivers, even though we saw Jaden Reed and Christian Watson be two of the biggest league winners down the stretch in their rookie seasons.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good point.
You know what I mean? Like, again, like I'm not writing off Golden. Like I do think like he has a skill set. I like the tape, but like people acting like it's a foregone conclusion that he's just going to be much substantially better next year. Like
this is not common when you have this bad of a rookie season. Like the comps,
there's volatility,
especially when you factor in the caliber of prospect profile he had too. It's not like he had like, it's not like this was Jackson Smith and Jigba coming out as far as like a prospect profile. Like he had horrible red flags on his profile.
And also, man, like I just see Wilson. Like that was about the price. Like people were trading Colson Loveland as like the tight end 9 at times, tight end 8 in Dynasty at one point.
Yeah. Do you think the Bills need to sign Romeo Doubs next year? I mean, he would be an archetype of receiver that they could use for sure. They need a guy who can just be on the outside and win for sure. I think
I like Pierce.
Yeah, Pierce would be. They'd be a fun Pierce team. I think that they should go via the trade route because I think that DJ Moore, AJ Brown, Brian Thomas Jr., Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson, if any of those receivers are available, we don't know who is and who isn't. Tyreek Hill even too.
Waddle.
Waddle even as well. Those are the guys that I would go after if I was the Bills because you need a difference maker. Like, is Romeo Doubs going to help your team? Probably, but you need to also then draft a receiver probably in the first round after signing Romeo Doubs. It would make more sense for you to just go and get AJ Brown if he's available.
Yeah, no, AJ Brown would fit.
Even DJ Moore, I think, would be a really good fit too.
Yep.
So we got Jaden and Lamar on the boards still here for Sir King Jared. And again, speaking of startups, people were talking about it in the chat. We are going to be planning on doing a startup. I'm trying to think like timeline wise, what makes the most sense, Danny, because if you guys missed earlier in the stream when we announced our draft guide and brand new video draft guide will be out February 15th, but I'm going to Mexico right after the first edition is out. And I don't want to be doing a startup while I'm in Mexico because I've done that before and it's a pain in the ass. I think right after the combine's a good time. Yeah. Maybe once we do the combine update of the draft guide, that's probably a good time to,
I definitely want to do it before the NFL draft because I want to draft rookie picks. Because
that's the most. We'll probably do another startup in like June or something, but we'll definitely.
To me, that's the most fun part is like being able to like take your rookie picks, kind of relax a little bit, and just see how the class kind of narrative changes. You know,
I'll roll with Caleb Williams here. Not the 110.
Caleb.
27 million to Palmer, DJ Moore, and Curtis Samuel. Yeah, like the Bills got to stop this because they tried it, right? They tried it. We're gonna go get Josh Palmer. We're gonna get Curtis Samuel. We're gonna get these guys. We're gonna Oakland Athletics our way into a receiver core. And what they need to do is realize that when were you the biggest threat to win a Super Bowl? It's when you had Stephon Diggs. That's when you were the biggest threat to win a Super Bowl. Is Dalton Kincaid a decent player? Is James Cook obviously maybe the anchor of your offense? Sure. But you can't trot out Brandon Cooks and fucking Keon Coleman in playoff games again. You can't do it.
Booty clap my booty with that Lamb snipe, I will say.
Lamb and Neighbors there at the end. I'll grab some Drake London here.
Yeah. Also, everything you said in terms of why Gibbs and Bijan are more like mid first now makes me think like Jeremiah Love, dude. There's 75% chance of a likelihood he lands in a spot that I can see him becoming the RB1 by next year.
If he goes to the Saints and Alvin's still on the team, where is he ranking among dynasty running backs?
Top 5.
So you would prefer Genty and Hampton over him, or Achane and Genty over him? Like,
I think top 5 would be minimum. I think regardless, unless it's like, I honestly don't see a scenario he's not my RB3 in dynasty.
I think he won't be if he's on and not that I don't think New Orleans is a good fit for him. It is. It's just if Kamara's still there, I'd be worried about the workload early on. But Commanders and Chiefs, I think we're talking RB3 for sure.
Yeah, for no doubt about it. If he landed in those two spots. Also,
I'm going to Playa del Carmen, not Puerto Vallarta. I've never been to Puerto Vallarta actually, to be honest. But I went to Playa last year. If you guys were following the channel, all of March pretty much I was in Playa, and because of our wedding in July, we were like, we probably shouldn't go, but we were able to scrape together some cash and be like, you know what, we can find some money. And hopefully part of this was hinging on the fact that Matthew Stafford needs to win the MVP award, because I placed a bet in July that Matthew Stafford would win the MVP award.
Surely it happens
at
now, right?
$15 to win almost $600. So there's the spending money for when we're in Mexico for a couple of days. Go to Mexico City, you'll get assaulted there. I've been to Mexico City. The part of Mexico City I was at was very gentrified and really nice, actually. And there was a lot of like digital nomads and stuff there. So I guess I didn't go to the like sketchy area of Mexico City, if that's what you're referring to. But it was very nice where I went to Mexico City.
I have an interesting thing I want to bring at the end of the stream just for fun. Like something we haven't done. I have a little site that could be fun.
Yeah, we went downtown. We went to tequila tasting downtown, and there was like, I swear to God, it was the most populated area of human civilization that I've ever, like there were so many people. I was like, holy Christ. It was like 100 degrees out too. So I was like, it was so hot and there was like 1 million people there.
Yeah, I haven't been out of North America in I don't know how long, to be honest.
You got to do it.
It's been a while. It's been like a good 10 years, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like I need to go to like Italy or something like that and just chill, relax. I am getting out of Canada on Saturday for all of you hockey enthusiasts. Your boy will be at
going all the way to Buffalo, an hour from where he was born.
getting some dinner with my uncle and my cousin, and then we're gonna go watch the Sabres and Canadians.
You're on the clock, by the way.
Oh shit, my bad. I mean, HN at the 301, I won't complain at all.
You got 2 anchor running backs there, and yeah, I was gonna take Jalen Hurts, so I'm kind of mad, but
yeah, I mean, I was gonna take HN or Hurts, so like I got HN. That's good. I feel good about that.
I'm gonna grab James Cook here. I'm gonna grab an anchor running back.
Jimbo Cook.
Jimbo, indeed.
Yes, sir.
Jimmy Cooks. For what it's worth, the last 2 years in the Flock League, I've wanted James Cook very bad, and both times Badaki sniped him.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't really going to fall back to you in the
no, not in. I would have had to take him where I took Lamar for sure, but I literally debated it though. I was like, I actually could see James Cook being worth this pick easily, and he would have been for sure if I had taken him there. And in my home league, Josh actually took him at the 301.
Dude, I'm not even joking you. The amount of prep shit I'm going to do before the draft this year, trying to get on every single person's tendencies. I'm going to be doing some psycho shit. I can't go last again. Huh? I can't go last again, dude. And honestly, like, you look at my draft and you look at even my team midseason, nobody would have picked me to finish last. Like I genuinely believe there was some fucking voodoo shit going on.
Yeah, no, there was some voodoo shit going on. I mean, my thought process this year was I had a vastly superior performance in the Flock League than I did the prior year. I still had some unlucky things and some bad decisions that forced me to miss the playoffs, but I ultimately, like all the trades, I didn't get robbed in any trades. I didn't make any really stupid draft picks or anything like that. I just, I ran a little cold with some injuries and some bad start sits and whatnot. Otherwise I would have been like the 4 or the 5 seed. No problem.
Unfortunately, moving from Mike McDaniel to Bobby Slowick is not good news.
To be honest, though, I think Bobby Slowick is fine from a run scheme perspective. I think last time we saw Bobby Slowick with a good running back, Mixon had a really nice season.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing. It's like, I think he's going to be good. Mike McDaniel, I would put top 3 offensive run game schemer in the league.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately it is the same run scheme, though.
To a degree, but I feel like
play calling and sequencing, yes, you would prefer Mike McDaniel, but I think Slowick is I think of the outcomes that could have happened, it's not a bad one.
Not bad, but I also do think that Mike McDaniel ran his own variations from the 49ers scheme. He's not just running exactly what Shanahan runs. I think with Slowick, he was a lot more Kyle Shanahan's assistant or disciple than like a Kubiak McDaniel who took that scheme information and adapted and innovated with it. Because the same thing happened in Seattle. Like Seattle's run game, like you can make the case coming into the year, like, yeah, we thought it was a solid offensive line. We thought it was a solid running back core, but like they've overperformed their expectations tremendously. And I think part of it too is knowing how to sequence that along with being able to diagnose and isolate JSN in coverage. Because as soon as that guy has a one-on-one, guess what? JSN's getting the football. Like
he is.
It's very simple. Very simple how they run their offense, and yet it's just efficient.
I think ratings could have been better for Super Bowl with Rams versus Patriots, MVP versus MVP. Yeah, I think that would have been really fun.
I'm sure they wanted it.
I think ultimately Seattle proved that top to bottom, head coach down to the 53rd player on the roster, they're the best team in football.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll give them as much credit. As we go, like they don't really have like as many household names.
They're not sexy. They're not sexy.
As like let's say like the prime Chiefs teams or the Ravens or like some of the teams that we maybe would have wanted to see in past Super Bowls. the Seahawks top to bottom are a very well coached, their team. The word team is that you play as a team. And like, there's been many good rosters that have not made the Super Bowl because they weren't excellent teams. They were a collection of a couple really good players.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I actually am convinced Mason probably had like a voodoo doll, like of me and like a fantasy football god, and like my voodoo doll attacking the fantasy football god or something.
Here's hoping
like,
that Mason has like the worst year of all time next year. It would be really funny if he was doing a punishment.
Damn, I wanted Lawrence to fall back.
The problem is that Mason is he's a projections guy, and those players typically don't bottom out. They don't bottom out. They're usually gonna just, unless you have a bunch of injuries, you're probably not gonna come in last with like Mason's the type of person who's gonna draft your Josh Jacobs of the world, your guys that like project pretty well and are probably fine picks usually more on par. And I want to take a little bit of takeaways away from some of that. Like if you're going to take a major risk, like you taking Travis Hunter, for example, where you took him, maybe you want to surround him with a lot more projection guys instead of just a couple projection guys.
Yeah, I mean, Xavier Worthy wasn't a great follow-up, is what I'll say.
Yeah, like taking him over Pickens, who was more of a projection guy, was definitely. I actually, like, there's a reason I bet Badaki that you would take him, is that I just thought you would have definitely gone with him.
Good pick. I wanted 104. I will go with 105. And the man, the myth, the legend himself, Rain Dakota Prescott.
Burden? Oh, okay.
I was gonna go 104 and 105.
Damn, I was gonna take Jonathan Taylor. Fuck.
I already had HN and Love. I thought about it though.
I know. I thought I Taylor would have made some sense for my team because I have Jimmy Cooks here. Jordan Love makes sense.
Dakathy.
I feel like Jordan Love is probably a good value at this point. I think I should take him.
So I called Mason the Cowboys. The Steelers is a decent one too, where it's like, yeah, they'll get there, but they won't do anything.
No, I mean, his record this season was too good to be the Steelers.
I agree. Cowboys make
Steelers, sense. Thomas.
Yes.
I mean, I guess he made the championship last year, but he was like barely sneaking into the playoffs both years. So he beat me out for a playoff spot by less than a fantasy point. Like,
dude, back-to-back years, he's made the playoffs by less than 2.
Yeah.
Back-to-back years.
He like,
if I don't lose to Joe,
the Steelers made the playoffs this year with Loop missing a kick. That's like essentially how he made the playoffs, with Cameron Dicker making a 50-yard on me to get me out of the playoffs.
2 years ago, he made it because Joe beat me off of the most bullshit fucking thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Which we don't have to rehash, but
we do not, yes. But this year is going to be fun. I'm just excited because it's really fun to be in a league that, the old expression, like, no one cares about your fantasy league. It's fun to be in a fantasy league people care about. Like, it actually really is. You guys should try it sometime. It's really enjoyable.
It is enjoyable until it's not, though, I will say.
Until people want you to die, it's enjoyable.
It is enjoyable until you need to take a little cleansing period off.
Yeah, until you need a literal mental health break, it's probably enjoyable.
Yeah, I mean, like, as long as your dad's alive, you're good. Like,
yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Kirk Almighty with a fucking wagon of a running back core here. Holy crap.
He's got a stable.
Saquon.
It still says 30 seconds. It doesn't go down on my screen.
Oh, okay. Well, you might need to just refresh your tab then.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to do that. Definitely going to.
Yeah. What do you think of AJ? What do we think of AJ? Is AJ going to be on Philadelphia, or is that relationship just completely cooked?
Based off some of the cues that Schefter's hinted at, I think it's cooked.
Yeah, I think it's cooked too. Do you think it's a Sirianni thing, or do you think it's an Eagles thing?
I think it's a Sirianni thing, and I think it's a Hurts thing.
Yeah, I could see that. Well, like, I think there's a reason Devontae doesn't have these like outbursts, is because Devontae and Hurts have played together before in college, and like they understand each other. And I also just think Devontae, demeanor wise, just doesn't. He's not that type of
mature
player. Yeah, he's more mature than AJ is. I think AJ is the type of guy that there's a reason he kind of like was vocal in Tennessee. And then, once he gets to Philly, it was great. Obviously that first year, that was Jalen's best season of his career, from like a passing perspective. So it wouldn't shock me if AJ kind of forces his way to a team that has like a very reliable, great quarterback, like the Bills or Patriots.
I think it's pretty telling when the LSU non-play calling offensive coordinator, which, by the way, Lane Kiffin's going to be running the offense, when he denies the Eagles OC job.
Yeah, the who want me meme, that everyone's
that's the Eagles OC job.
me, and it's like 100% no or whatever. That's the Eagles OC job. And I think the Jets may have hired a fucking defensive backs or offensive pass game coordinator to be their defensive coordinator today. Did you see that?
What?
They hired somebody's like pass game coordinator on
that means defensive pass game coordinator.
Oh, is it?
So there's an offensive pass game coordinator, defensive pass game.
Everybody in the comments was making it seem like they hired an offensive coach to be their defensive coordinator.
What was the name?
I don't remember.
Jets. I know Durante Jones went to the Commanders. That's a good hire.
We are the epitome of who want me. Yeah. No, the Jets' best course of action, honestly, is to treat this draft as meat and potatoes. Get yourself some defensive linemen and some secondary help in the draft in the first couple of rounds. Just blow chunks on offense again and have a top quarterback pick in 2027. That's the absolute best thing for the New York Jets, is to roster a 1977 Tampa Bay Buccaneers caliber offense and have your defense with Ruben Bain or like whatever player you pick at 2, Arbel Reese or whatever. And then at 16, you grab like Terrell or like something like that. You get like, you build up your defense in the draft this year, and then next year you build up your offense to go along with Garrett. Let Breece Hall walk. You're not going to franchise tag him. There's no reason to try and re-sign the guy. He's probably not going to be in his prime anymore when you're ready to compete. Just let Braylon Allen be the starting running back next year and Isaiah Davis mix in or whatever. Like, I think it makes way more sense to just... Garrett seems to be okay with sucking again. He's the only one on your roster that seems to not want to abandon ship to the Jets.
Also, the rumor apparently is the Jets might hire Londo Wells as their OC. It's the former Cowboys tight end coach.
Oh, yeah. He developed
because Jake Ferguson's fantastic. No, I'm kidding. Brian Duker, by the way, similar title that Parker had in Philly, defensive pass game coordinator. Basically, all it does is it sets the coverage shells for linebackers and the defensive backs.
Who signed this person?
The Jets hire for DC. It's like similar.
So they hired a guy named Duker.
I took a Duker before we started live streaming. I will say
they hired a guy named Duker. That's going to end well for the fucking Jets.
Yeah. I've just come to terms that I'm never going to get Travis Hunter in these rooms because anytime I'm picking, he's going to go a pick before me.
Yeah, no, our front office is not that mean that they would send Mike Evans to play with Jalen Hurts. Also, Mike Evans is an unrestricted free agent, so he can actually freely sign with another team if he wants to, but he's not going anywhere. It is really funny though when I see the classic dumbass fans on Twitter going, "We should just sign Mike Evans." Like, guys. Mike's not going anywhere. He's either retiring or playing another year in Tampa. Let's be completely serious for 2 seconds.
Why would the Eagles trade for Mike Evans when he has 1 year left maybe in the NFL?
He's also an unrestricted free agent. They could just sign him technically.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But he's not going. People like there's a lot of, remember 2 years ago when he was a free agent and the Lions were like, "Oh, we're going to sign him." I'm like, he's not going to Detroit. Like,
dude, people are doing the same thing with Pickens right now. They're like, "Yeah, my team's going to go."
Yeah, people are doing it with Linderbaum too. They're like, "We just need to sign Tyler Linderbaum." Like the fucking Ravens are going to let him walk. The only thing that's actually maybe true about Linderbaum is that they're never going to franchise tag him, so he actually does have to test the market because they can't franchise tag a center because they'll be paying him tackle money then.
Yeah, I know exactly.
It's so dumb that's how the franchise tag works.
What a stupid fucking tag.
I'm going to grab Travis Etienne here. What do you think of Etienne? Do you think any of these rumors of him leaving Jacksonville have merit?
Leaving Jacksonville?
There was a rumor that he's going to replace Swift in Chicago, I saw as well.
Yeah, I will say, so there was a rumor apparently Javonte, where was he going to sign? There was a specific spot that was going to give him a 3-year, $20-ish million deal.
Javonte?
Yeah, who was it? I'm trying to think. I saw it AFC East. Was it the Jets maybe?
Yeah, I could see the Jets being maybe a name.
If they lose Breece Hall. Because there was some buzz if the Cowboys lost Javonte to replace him with Etienne.
We were saying that last offseason when Etienne was on the trade block, we're like, the Cowboys should trade for Etienne.
Yeah, I could see it. It would be a good fit if they don't bring back Javonte.
If I was Dallas and Breece is hitting the open market, I would just much rather, like, you're going to pay our running back. I'd rather pay Breece than Javonte Williams, even though he's going to be a couple more million per year. If you're already going to pony up for a running back anyway, you might as well go get the best one available. And it's unequivocally Breece Hall. Like Kenneth Walker's a great running back too, but Breece is a better running back than Kenneth Walker, and I'll stand by that.
I don't disagree. I also don't think it's out of the question that the Seahawks just re-signed Walker now with Charbonnet having the ACL.
Yeah, well, the nice thing with this running back market and free agency intrigue and whatnot is that I don't think any of these guys are getting tagged. So I think all of them are going to hit free agency. Like, why would the Jets tag Breece Hall for Saquon Barkley type money? Like, there's no reason for them to do that. Why would the Seahawks maybe could do it because they're trying to work out a deal with Walker, like the original purpose of the tag was intended for, where you like tag somebody and then you try and work out a deal with them. But I think they'll just get a deal done because I know Mike Shondegar has been on the Seahawks beat for a while, and he's been beating the drum that they've been trying to sign Walker all year.
Yeah, I mean, Walker's another one. I feel fucking vindicated about the player, and I feel absolutely pissed off that it didn't happen in fantasy.
I actually got some okay production out of the guy once I traded for him from you.
Yeah, you got a couple weeks.
Like the Rams games were good for him. He got me out of the toilet bowl. He had a fucking 30 bomb on Thursday night against Zach.
Yeah. Also, people will never remember this because I'm going to be known obviously with the toilet bowl moniker. But if Mason just didn't randomly change the toilet bowl rules a week before the toilet bowl, I would have beat you in the first round, and I wouldn't have even had to go into the final week.
Yeah. Well, if the rules, I wouldn't have been in the first round if the rules had been not changed because me and Badaki would have had a bye no, sorry, that's not how it would have worked. Yeah, you're right. I wouldn't have been playing you though. I would have been playing.
Zach.
You weren't the. Oh, actually, yeah, you're right. I would have been playing. Yeah, you're right.
Playing.
Yeah,
because Badaki was a higher seed than you, right?
Right. No, I was a higher seed than him.
I thought he was the 7. You were the 8.
No, I was the 7 because I missed the playoffs. I did what I needed to do. I just lost. I missed the playoffs because Thomas beat me in points for. It wasn't because I had a worse record.
Oh, okay.
Because otherwise, Badaki would have made the playoffs instead of me. If he
it's because Zach was supposed to get the single bye week. That's why.
Yeah. And what was supposed to happen was Zach gets the single bye, Nathan and Badaki play, you and I play. And so what should have happened in the first round?
Mason just changed it randomly last second.
Yeah, you know what we should do is
he should join me
in the toilet bowl next year. We'll be like, oh, we actually started this new rule that if your name is Mason Dodd, you have 2 buys in the first round.
Yeah,
the toilet bowl.
Well, I mean that's the only time his team performs is on bye.
Yeah, fact.
You remember that though?
Yeah,
the first week of the
victory lap. Hey, in week 14 and week 15, when I had a meaningless game against Nathan and I was on bye, my team was the highest scoring in the league.
Oh man,
I don't want to talk about Isaiah Pacheco. All right, quick. I don't want to talk about him.
He's just
I hope Isaiah Pacheco goes to the UFL, dude. I don't want to have to look at that guy anymore.
That guy's a source of depression, I will say.
Yeah.
To be fair, I thought he was a home run.
We were big on Kenneth too, and I saw somebody tweet this, and I think it's the correct opinion.
Go ahead.
There's nobody that out there that should change their process whatsoever based on what happened with Kenneth Walker.
I think
everything was telling you that he was going to be a monster this year. He was a previous RB1 finisher, had all the buzz from the coaching staff, very talented, good receiving production the year before. Everything was there. He'd always been the starter over Charbonnet.
That's the thing that pisses me off, dude. People are like, well, Charbonnet was always a factor. Not like this, dude.
But not like a big factor.
He was the backup running back.
Yeah, he was always the backup. So yeah, that's why I think the correct opinion is don't take anything away from the Walker situation. For whatever reason, we misread the workload and the price. It was baked in that could have happened, right? Like it was baked in that he could have had Charbonnet be a big factor. There's a reason we weren't taking him in the second round.
Yeah, no, I'm on the same page with you.
But we'll see what happens this year. Like, I think it's possible that I'm buying Pacheco everywhere. Oof, Corey told me to. Yeah, no, I was telling you to buy him last year, and I will not be buying him anymore. If you have him on your roster, just hope that he goes somewhere where he can get a workload, and maybe you could sell on him, or maybe he'll be like like it wouldn't shock me if Walker or if Pacheco popped up this season as like, oh, he's like got a workload for a couple of weeks or whatever on like his new team or whatever. Like that would be fine, but I don't anticipate him being worth anything.
Not fun.
I'll grab Daniel Jones as a QB3 here. What do we think of Daniel Jones? Dynasty value wise.
I'm not drafting him anywhere.
I think at the 903, like the Colts are going to re-sign him, right?
Yeah. When's he going to play? He shredded his Achilles.
Yeah, but the Achilles injury, like for quarterbacks, Rodgers tried to come back the end of that year. Cousins was back on the field for training camp. Like it's not a long. It could affect his play, but it's not like a long timeline. injury.
Sure. I just personally think with Daniel Jones, and it sucks because he was playing pretty well.
If he was playing very well, not just he was comeback player of the year at that point.
Sure, but even still, like, let's be real. He's like an average level starting quarterback. That's being kind. He's an average level starting quarterback. Somewhere in the 15 to 20 range, and that's being like pretty optimistic.
I think he has the ability to play as good as Sam Darnold is playing right now. I think it's
how much higher than 15 to 20 is Darnold?
Not much higher. Well, he's probably about in that range, to be honest. But if Darnold can do it, Daniel Jones can do it. And I think we'll see what happens with the Colts, because I have seen, you know what I just said about Mike Evans, how he would never go anywhere. And you know what I've seen the Colts fans be like, guys, we're not going to let Pierce out of the building. Like I've heard people say that too.
Yeah, no, we'll see.
Like it sounds like they would cut Michael Pittman before letting Pierce walk.
I think that's the sharp way. I mentioned that to you. I think that's the sharp way. Yeah.
Oh, what's good? Got Zach in the chat here, or Badaki. I'm not sure who that is, but
yes, sir. The boys. Yeah, we were just talking about the Flock League, how Mason changed the rules last second for me to finish last.
Yeah, that was fun.
that was a good time. Hey, I deserve last, so that's why I'm not causing.
We can all admit that the content of you at Denny's versus anybody else at Denny's will be primo.
Well, that's what I mean. I kind of deserve to finish last, so that's why I'm not causing a big stink out of it.
Well, that's how I felt last year, where like Nathan, remember in the toilet bowl final last year where Nathan picked up all the quarterbacks, so I wasn't able to start anybody good, and I had to start like Anthony Richardson that week or something.
Something like that,
When he did that, I was like, you know what? I honestly deserve to finish last anyways, so I'm not even that mad about it.
Yeah. I don't think.
Yeah, no one's gonna care about rule changes anymore. They're coming.
100%.
No, honestly, it's all chill now. It's gonna be fun in the comment section when Danny's at Denny's for sure.
Yeah, I might need the ad revenue from that video to pay for the stomach pump I'm gonna need after that Denny's.
Yeah, I mean, my opinion is you didn't post any videos after that, so I don't think you should be getting revenue for it.
I drove engagement.
You did drive engagement.
Asking why dude, that's the people think that I backed out of the punishment just because it hasn't been recorded yet. It's like,
well, we've told a bunch of people have asked it on our channel too. We've told a bunch of people like, guys, what you think we're gonna do this in some diner in Canada? Like, obviously we're gonna do this when we're all together again.
Yeah. Also, like respectfully, and we've said it on our channel. I don't expect anybody that just watches the Flock League or just watches Mason in the Flock League to know that, but like. People think I stopped making content specifically because of the Flock League, like nothing else in my life was going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was the only thing that caused it.
Yeah. Like, sure, it contributed. Absolutely. Was it the sole cause? No.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But I'm just really excited to now that we've been in the league now 2 years together, like last year to me, when we were all together in person, doing the draft, having fun, like we all know each other a lot more now.
Oh yeah.
And it's making the league better and better. Like one of the comments that I got, I'm just a Brandon Ayuk no matter what, apparently. I'm just going to keep taking the dip on him. One of the comments that I got on my home league draft was that everyone was like, oh my God, like like you guys all are clearly just like buddies, like nothing forced here. Everybody's just having a good time. It's like, well, yeah, that was the 10th year of my league, right? Like if we were 10 years into the Flock League, like I'm sure everybody would like the content just gets better and better the longer you guys are interacting and whatnot. So
yeah, no, that's the thing too. Like growing closer with everybody definitely brought that side out for sure.
Yeah. Have you heard this term, by the way? There's a Gen Z term that, because Maria's doing her master's right now, so she's interacting with Gen Zs because some people came right from their undergrad into the master's. So there's like 21-year-old, 22-year-old kids in her program. There's this term that Gen Zers are using now called, oh, sorry, I'm chronically online. That's what some people are saying.
Yeah, that means that you're just online a lot.
But like, who says that?
People are trying to make fun of themselves by saying that they're like consumed by media is what they're trying to say.
It's not a flex.
It's not a flex. It's like everybody self-diagnosing themselves as autistic nowadays.
It's true. Yeah.
True. My bad. I'm autistic. Like when they fuck up something. Like I hear that all the time.
There was Dan Soder had a clip about that where he was like, he's like, I don't have TikTok. I'm 40 years old, but my wife has TikTok, or his fiance or whatever. And she like shows me stuff that's going on TikTok. And he's like, there was some lady who goes like, I thought I just like dogs. Turns out I was masking my autism. And he's like, is this what people are doing on the internet now?
Yeah, no, it's pretty bad. And so I've said it to you, but like I have a physical claim to get diagnosed for BPD. But some people who don't manage their time well in general and don't manage relationships well in general automatically just call themselves as having BPD. People love to self-diagnose. So that's why, like, I understand, like, when I first said it to you, you're probably like, oh, you're self-diagnosed. No, like, I actually have physical fucking symptoms. There are people that'll just say it for the minor inconveniences that piss me off.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, that's the people who say I am OCD. That's those people. Yeah. It's like you can't be a disease. Like Joe List had a bit. He was like, he actually has OCD, and he goes, people who say I am OCD, it's like saying I am. He's like, oh, let's replace OCD with a different condition and see how stupid it sounds. And he goes, I am genital herpes. See how dumb that sounds?
It's but like, no, you know what the thing is it's such what's the term when like something's just counterintuitive? Like what ironic? It's so ironic that I am OCD. Well, if you actually had OCD, that statement alone would piss you off.
Yeah,
that statement. No, like by people that have OCD, saying a grammatically incorrect statement like that would piss them off.
Yeah,
exactly.
Dave's out there for sure.
You get it. People love just saying it nowadays.
People love just saying shit. It's fun. All right, let's get back to it here.
Also, no, Twitter refuses to reply to me, so that's not fun. I'm gonna make another support ticket because I haven't gotten a response from Twitter in over a week in regards to my account. It's been on 2 weeks almost.
And not only, Danny, have you not gotten a response from Twitter, you've spawned at least 10 people that I follow getting their accounts hacked.
I talked with Snacks. Apparently it happened to him too. And I'm like, oh, fuck.
Tom from what's the British guy? He works with Rich and Fantasy Sanctuary.
Yeah.
Sanctuary guy. He got his hacked as well. Alexa, the one, the blonde lady, she worked with, I think she worked with Football Guys, maybe. I can't remember where she was working.
Is it the same people hacking everybody's account?
Probably, yeah.
Fuck, man. Yeah, it's tough.
Do I just default to my Tyrone Tracy pick that I always make here? I'll just take. So
I'm gonna quickly reload the tab because I'm getting the jittery shit.
All right. Thoughts on Stroud and Kyler? If Kyler is moved, does he look more favorable? It's an interesting discussion. Who would you rather have? Let's say it's like Jets / Dolphins / whatever. Like, we don't know where Kyler's going to go yet. I did see, like, when you look at the contract structure of everything, it sounds like the Cardinals will have to make a decision on Kyler by the start of the new league year is what it sounds like they're going to. Like, you guys remember when Alex Smith was traded a couple of years ago, and it was like, this deal is going to go live post March 15th or whatever at the start of the new league year. I think it's possible we get something in the next month agreed to with a Kyler team and the Cardinals, because they need to trade him before his roster bonuses kick in or something like that before the start of the new league year. Yeah. And if that doesn't happen, then they're going to have to designate him a cut basically around that time. And I think it's possible he just gets cut, because it wouldn't shock me if a team doesn't want to trade for him either.
Yeah, it's a weird spot for sure.
And I feel bad about that, because we've been talking about buying Kyler Murray for years. So we've obviously been wrong on that. And Kyler, I guess this stuff might be true. Like this, like he doesn't try hard enough or he doesn't work hard. Like it must be true to some degree. Otherwise, I don't know what the problem is.
Yeah, it's a tricky slope for sure. I'm not even 100% sure. This is the thing too, the work ethic.
Yeah, maybe it's what Jay Metal says here. Are we worried that he just maybe is, more focused on other things or whatever? Like, we also know, like, coming out of the draft, he could have played baseball and all that stuff. Like, I don't know. It's weird with Kyler, because I think that right now he would absolutely make the Dolphins better at their quarterback position. He would absolutely make the Cardinals better at their quarterback position. He would make the Jets better at their quarterback position. Like, there's teams that he could go to, the Raiders, that would be better off at quarterback, but I think they're all going to opt for other options. Like I think the Jets are going to go, we don't want to trade for Kyler Murray. We're going to go sign X, Y, and Z quarterback. The Dolphins going to go sign Malik Willis or whatever. The Raiders are obviously going to draft Mendoza or whatever.
Yeah, he's too busy flipping us off good spawns on a money hill.
Yeah.
I'm making the joke he's a bad COD teammate. He's just going for random pinches when we have spawns on money hill.
Sure.
You don't know that?
Nope. I don't play Hardpoint. I'm assuming that is.
Yeah, Hardpoint.
Kyler's just a loser. He's got talent, but you just can't bet your franchise on a guy that can't win. Yeah, I think post like year 2 of Kyler's career, like we're talking about a guy who was once the Dynasty QB1 overall. Like this is an asset who, if you drafted in your rookie draft that year, like in 2019, I don't even think he was always going 1-1, was he? Or did he go 1-1 consensus across the board in Superflex?
Murray. Kyler?
Yeah.
2019. Who else would have been in that class? That was the Miles Sanders class, right? Running back. Jacobs was the RB1 off the board.
AJ and Metcalf. N'Keal Harry. Some people taking N'Keal Harry that high.
I think Kyler probably was the 101 that year, though, right?
I think some people
was that Hawkinson's class.
Yeah. Some people were taking N'Keal Harry or like AJ Brown over him. I'm pretty sure.
Wild nowadays to think about that process.
But like if you drafted Kyler Murray, he was after his second season where he was a 25 point per game producer in the games that he played that year.
Yeah.
That was an asset that was worth 4+ first round picks. He was the QB1 overall in Superflex.
I mean, at one point last year, he was still being valued before all the like the benching and all that shit that went on. Like he was a top 12 to 15 quarterback on the market.
Yeah. Well, and he was a guy that I was the last couple of years, I've been like, remember post ACL, we were like, yeah, you should buy low on him because he'll rebound in value. And then last year, even too, hey, I know like Nathan and Avery can attest to this as well. Like, hey, QB9 or whatever off the board in redraft where he was going, like that's a good swing on a guy who has rushing upside. Like it's weird to think that we might be right back with Kyler Murray where we were the whole time, which is that let's say he's the Jets starter, because I think that's the team that makes the most sense for him. Are we going to be in on him again? Like, what are we going to feel about him? Like, because the Jets, Kyler Murray sounds depressing. It feels like where his career goes to die.
Yeah, no, that sounds like, you know, when they do the NBA like wash photos and it's like Shaq in a fucking Celtics jersey. And
yeah, or Joe Namath on the Chargers or something.
Yeah, it's like all those pictures. You're just going to see like 10 years from now, Kyler on the Jets.
Yeah. Like, it sucks because I have a lot of Kyler shares. Like I do. I have a lot of shares of this guy.
Yeah, I made a bonehead decision. In a tanking dynasty league, I traded Judkins and Dak for Kyler in a 1, and then the 1 ended up being, I think, the 111. So
yeah. You know what's really funny, Danny? Do you remember that I made a trade in Get Faded a couple years ago where I traded Will Levis and Tyler Algier and a late first for Kyler Murray in a third. And at the time, that was a steal. You're like, Will Levis, bum, Tyler Algier, backup running back, late first, easy asset to replace and give up for a quarterback of Kyler Murray's caliber. Care to know who that first turned into?
What year of first?
It was a 2024 first round pick.
2024 first round pick. So then we're talking about...
It was a late one.
It was a late one. So 109 or later?
Yeah.
So it wouldn't have been Bowers. It would have been right out of that range. You're probably looking at the depth of wide receivers in that class. Also, I hear the fucking drum beat just completely took me off.
Yeah.
Trying to think, 2024.
This is taking you surprisingly long to get. It's a pretty easy answer.
Pardon?
He's the most valuable late first round pick from 2024 right now. I'll give you a hint. He also plays quarterback.
Bo Nix.
Bo Nix. Yeah. It was the 112 that year. And the Bo Nix. So I gave up Bo Nix, Tyler Algier, and Will Levis for Kyler Murray. And at the time, that was a steal. But it's now actually, I lost that trade. Like Kyler Murray hasn't been great and Bo Nix is more valuable.
Yeah, that's wild. I don't know why it's doing the robot thing, even when I refresh.
Yeah, we'll tell the devs that.
I can barely hear you sometimes. It's
Booty Clap King. Classic. I always laugh at that name. But yeah, that was the mock that we got. Danny's resetting his shit there. No, it wasn't Marv. It was a late first that I gave up for him. But it's crazy that at the time, I remember my league was like, they weren't going to like veto it or anything, but they were like, oh my God, you fucking stole Kyler Murray for that. So pretty crazy. So I do want to pivot over. We do have a couple of trade questions, team reviews and whatnot. I'm sure Danny will be right back. He's just fixing something. We got a team review from Staplers. And Staplers, I'm going to send you some free vouchers just because we did make you wait a while. I've been in communication. I told you it was going to be a little bit, but I'm going to send you a trade question voucher just because we did make you wait a couple of days. So hopefully you know, everything's still relevant that we're talking about. If you guys do want to submit a question to the stream here, we will cover it today as long as it's submitted, you know, soon enough that we can see it. If you want to submit a trade question, if you want to submit a team review, I will drop that right in the chat for you guys right now. And yeah, we'll get to those by the end of the stream here. So let's start it off, Danny, with Staplers. And he said he missed out a chance on a ring because he started JJ McCarthy in week 15. I think that was the game that they played the Cowboys.
Week 15. Yeah, I believe so.
And he said, trying now to figure out what position I need to build out. This draft is a lotto draft for the bottom 4 teams. I've never been in a league like that. I can't imagine it would be enjoyable. The last place team gets a 50% chance at the 101. I guess the other 2 guys get a 25% chance. Third gets 17% chance, 4 and 8. So it's a lot. He has a lottery draft essentially instead of just like worst team gets to the 101. Just kind of interesting, but
I don't know why I can't hear you at all. Every time I refresh my tab, every other tab opens up perfectly fine. Okay. Every single other tab. I've just recorded you. I'm going to send it to you. Like, it's literally like, it's only StreamYard doing this. I hear you cut in and out. Like, I'll send you the video so you know what I'm talking about. I think it's fucking StreamYard because every other tab is fine except for StreamYard. And I've refreshed this tab, restarted my PC, closed the tab, re-entered the tab. Like, nothing's working.
Okay, well, we'll do our best with what we can here on this team review, and then we'll obviously get it fixed for next stream. But I don't think there's, because this happened to us earlier today when we were trying to record, so there's nothing we can really do about it right now. Stapler said he also has a couple of firsts as well. Thanks for the help, guys. And if you missed what I said, he has a lotto system for the rookie draft that, like, the worst team doesn't automatically get the 101. You have like a 50% chance at the 101 and all this kind of stuff. If you just read what it says there, you can see everything. So this is the team. He's basically asking, what position should I build up? So you got a couple foundational wide receivers, JSN, Justin Jefferson, Odunze, etc. Foundational running back with Bijan Robinson, a couple of young guys, Judkins, Harvey, and then the quarterback's in pretty rough shape. I think that stands out to me right away as the position that you need to build up. It says right now that he rosters the 101 and 102. And so it looks like you don't have your own picks, I'm assuming, because you said you just missed out on a chance at a ring because you started JJ.
He's got dead zone elites and cherubs.
What's up?
He's got the dead zone elites and cherubs first round picks.
Yeah. So I'm assuming he traded his own one. And again, maybe these picks aren't guaranteed 1-1, guaranteed 102 because there's a lottery draft system, but odds wise, they are likely to be top 3 to 4 picks at the very least, if we just want to treat them as that. I guess the first question here would be, do you spend one of these picks, let's say one of them ends up being 1-2, 1-3, 1-4, something like that, on Fernando Mendoza, knowing that you have Cam Ward and Kyler Murray as your best quarterbacks with Stafford, who's older? Or do you take the route of, I could deal that pick for a quarterback, for a veteran quarterback who's worth 103 or something like that on the open market?
I have an idea. Why don't you take a Fannin or a Judkins? You take the 102 and see if you can go buy a superstar quarterback.
Yeah, I think that would make sense. Like 102 or 103.
Can you get Caleb Williams?
Yeah, I don't think, because of the playoff run, I think he's going to be really hard to acquire on the open market. I think you'd be better off going for somebody who's maybe on the downslope of value, like a Jaden Daniels, for example, who people are a little bit more pessimistic about.
Yeah. Anybody like quarterback 7 and above, I would be willing to offer that for.
Yeah. Like, because somebody might go, I can get Mendoza and Fannin, or Mendoza and Judkins, or Mendoza, whatever offer you craft together. I think as of now, if you do end up with the 1-1, let's say 1-1 and 1-2 is what he ends up with, because statistically, even though it's a lottery system, it is the most likely outcome that he has here. Yeah.
You have a good chance of ending up with the 101. Like, you have a 75% chance of ending up with the 101, no?
It looks like the other bottom 6 team, like all the bottom 6 teams are in the lottery, because it says 4 to 8% there as well. So
yeah,
I guess
but I'm saying
75% chance. But
well, I'm saying it because he says that the first team has a 50% chance of the 101. The second team has a 25% chance of the 101. And if you have the 101 and the 102 entering in, you inherently have a 75% chance of clinching the 101. One of those two
I think
picks.
the math works a little differently than that, but it's probably you have a high chance of getting it either way. You have a very high chance of getting it.
Well, how does it work differently though? If there's
I'm pretty sure you got to multiply them together if they're all like it's you have a 50% chance at the 1-1, but you also have to factor in the inherent odds that you get the other picks and whatnot. But either way, you have a very high chance of getting the 1-1.
Well, yeah, but mathematically, it's not like the 101 being the 101 that wins it. It's either of those picks getting it. So you would add the probabilities.
Maybe, yeah. Again, I
either
way.
Let us know. But either way, you have a good
Jeremiah
chance.
is going to be obviously a piece if you get him. You want Jeremiah Love on this team. He fits the team. Bijan and Jeremiah, you pair those guys together, they're going to be absolute workhorses for you. If you want, let me ask you this. Would you consider going into the season with the quarterback core you have constructed right now and just take Lemon and Jeremiah Love?
Lemon and Jeremiah Love.
Like if you get 1-1 and 1-2, or let's say you get 1-3 and 1-1.
I don't think that's a good enough quarterback core to feel comfortable about that.
You wouldn't feel comfortable going into the season with Stafford, Ward, and Murray?
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
I mean, you also have 2-1s next year, so you could always make a move mid-season if you had to for another like Dak Prescott type or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, if that's the option, if you can take one of your picks next year and say, "Hey, I'm going to go trade for a Dak Prescott," like I in that
what
scenario,
if Cam Ward and or Kyler Murray are much more valuable mid-season from a product? Like Cam Ward takes a big step, he's really good. Maybe, or whatever.
I just don't want to have to rely on
it. Producing or something like that.
I think this team could win this year, and I don't want to rely upon that.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I just think that what's better for this team in the short term, injecting Mekhi Lemon and Jeremiah Love, or injecting a quarterback in Jeremiah Love, or whatever you end up, like the combination you go with. I think, like you said, if you can do a 102 plus Fannin and get a quarterback, that would obviously be great, and then add Jeremiah Love also. But I also think he kind of needs a little bit of wide receiver help, knowing that it is a start 9. Yeah. You have JSN, Jefferson, Romo Dunze, and then beyond that, it's like Alec Pierce and Troy Franklin and those guys. They're not like hammers by any means. So having Mekhi Lemon or Carnell Tate or whatever with one of those top picks that you have would maybe make a little bit more sense.
Yeah, no, I would agree, because I mean, you have the nucleus of the squad built out.
He says he has multiple 28-1s too.
He has multiple 28-1s as well.
So you could always just deal a 28-1 for Prescott midseason. I'm sure somebody would do that. Or like, you know, Goff or somebody like that.
Yeah, I mean, if you could patchwork the quarterback position, I don't mind spending 101 and 102 on, say, Love plus Lemon or Tate.
Yeah. I honestly, unless like going to the bottom feeder teams here, like this guy could use the pick capital. So maybe this guy's looking at his team and going, my team sucks. I'm not going to compete anytime soon. Maybe you can coax him into 102 plus Harold Fannin or Quinshawn Judkins or something, gets you Burrow, or gets you in the neighborhood of Burrow, that you can like secure a top tier quarterback like Joe Burrow for the team that you have.
So go up to his team real quick. Okay. I thought he was Booty Clap King for a second. Like I thought that was who submitted it.
Oh no,
I wasn't sure if he was in chat. My apologies.
I don't think that's him.
He doesn't. Well, he doesn't have Hunter, so no. Because the scenario was Daniels,
and his username would be Booty Clap King. We just did a mock with him, so that's what he's
right. Fair. I just knew that I saw Jaden Daniels and I saw that he had Kyler in the 102, so I tried to put.
So I guess our advice here is exhaust the veteran market: Burrow, Daniels, Caleb Williams, that kind of territory. Don't use the 101 to do it though, because I think pairing Jeremiah with Bijan and those guys is definitely something I would want to do personally. But if you can take the 102 plus Judkins or the 102 plus maybe Algier signs with a new team where he could be the starter and he's an interesting piece. Maybe throw Franklin in there just to sweeten it or something. Maybe you can make a deal for a Burrow, or like I'm looking at some of these other guys here. Warhawks has Goff. Yeah. Like you maybe get him to throw Goff back your way. Lawrence even.
And they got some caca rosters. Like you should be able to
like get this guy is Jordan Love. Like you even have like I wouldn't give up the 102 for Jordan Love. I'm not saying to do that, but what if you get Bucky Irving and Jordan Love for the 102 or something, like something that enhances your winning window and gets you in a quarterback upgrade?
Yeah, that would make sense.
You give him 102 plus something for Bucky Irving and Jordan Love. That would make some sense.
From how much I heard of that, it makes sense. I do not understand.
We'll manage. We don't have many questions left, so we can keep going here.
It's so frustrating because I know you can hear me, and like I literally hear probably 30% of what you're saying right now.
Yeah, it's a little annoying. But yeah, anything else on Stapler's team? Does anything stand out to you where you go, I would definitely do that too?
Nothing in particular. Again, you have the nucleus of the squad kind of built out. You've obviously built a ton of excess value as well, which is nice. Like if you go to the overall chart, you're 9,000 ahead of second. You're how much ahead of the average team. Just consolidate where you can and try to buy a quarterback for production, because I think that's basically what you are away from winning.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. Interesting. In the chat, people are like debating offers for Shuck. What 2026 pick would you need to move off of him? And then Nathan says probably 106 or 107. J Metal said I probably want multiple picks. I don't think people are going to trade the 107 for Tyler Shuck. And then J Metal also said in this class, I kind of want like a bunch of twos because they're all going to blend together anyways, which I definitely agree with that opinion. But yeah, let me ask you the question. What do you need to move off of Tyler Shuck? You have Tyler Shuck on your roster and you want to sell him. What pick would make you sell him?
What would I need to sell him?
Yeah.
Probably a late one this year and some type of mid projected two.
Really? I would sell him for an early two this year and not think twice.
I would not at all, dude. What quarterback or what asset you're getting at the 202 this year that equals what Shuck did in his rookie
Personally, year? I think that I'm going to get like an Omar Cooper type there, and I would rather have Omar Cooper than Shuck.
I don't work like that because I view Omar Cooper based off my rankings as being a mid to late one. It's very wishful in my perspective to get Omar Cooper at 202. Well, if it's Cooper versus Shuck, that's one thing.
Think about Ty Simpson. If he gets first round capital, who's going to be more valuable, him or Shuck?
I would take Shuck and not think twice about it.
I don't disagree with you, but I think that's about the value tier we're talking about. And I think
I disagree. I think
capital would be like the 111 or 112.
I disagree. I think you're just lower on Shuck and you think the market's going to also be low. Like, I think people are adjusting to the fact that Shuck had a very good rookie season, dude. Like, yeah, I think you can get more, especially if he starts out the season strong. I think you're going to be able to get almost a Bo Nix type of price for him.
Wow. Okay.
I think that's what the range is. I'm not saying he's there or he will get there. I'm saying if he starts out the year and he's a top 12 to 15 quarterback in fantasy, like what's the difference?
Yeah. No, he produced. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say that Tyler Shuck wasn't,
you know what I mean?
That. I just wouldn't pay that for Shuck. I think there's so
I don't disagree.
Risk there that if the Saints are bad next year in a much better quarterback class, that he's going to get replaced.
If you had Shuck though, like you're not selling him for the 202. Like you can't convince me you would.
I would.
I don't think you would.
Yeah, because I don't think if I could get more, I wouldn't. But like, if that's all I was being offered, I would. Somebody offers me 202 in like a late third or something, I'd probably do it.
I just don't see you doing it, honestly. But then again, you don't have Shuck to make that decision.
I have a couple Shuck shares.
You have a couple Shucks?
Yeah, FSC listener Dino, I know I have Shuck in that league, and I think I have him in one more spot as well. I didn't get any Shuck shares though, because I wasn't high on Shuck, so I didn't.
If I have an early two, I'll offer that. I don't think I do though. So what leagues? You said FSC listener league.
Yep. Yeah, if anyone in the FSC listener league wants to. Oh, hold on, I'm getting a phone call. Give me 1 second.
You're good. But yeah, hopefully you guys can hear me well. Shuck's going to be a fun conversation. Like if I go to where I have him on Flock at the quarterback position, quarterback rankings, he's currently around quarterback 20 for me in Dynasty. And I do think like late one I have him just behind CJ Stroud. I think you can make the case if somebody was pro Shuck, anti CJ Stroud, that Shuck should be ahead of CJ Stroud in some rankings.
Just can't get there. As much as I think Stroud definitely deserves to go down the rankings, I can't get there.
Why though? What Stroud offer other than like we think he's a good franchise quarterback, but is he?
I have him in the same tier as Shuck, so I don't think it's outrageous.
I do too. I have them 19 and 20 right now.
I have them 21 and 25, but they're in the same tier.
Yeah, I just think 25 is too low for Shuck, man. Honestly, I really do.
I mean, I got to see what happens with DJ and Kyler Murray in a gun. This maybe you don't agree with this. You definitely don't. Obviously, if you have it ranked this way, I would rather have Daniel Jones and Kyler Murray than Tyler Shuck personally. I think there's a longer track record, rushing upside, that kind of thing. So that's where I'm at with it.
It's more pro Shuck than anything.
Like where Shuck ends up for sure is over those guys usually.
I didn't like the prospect, but like, dude, we got to give credit where credit's due, man. He was so good down the stretch. Year two going into Kellen Moore's system, probably going to add another offensive piece, whether it's like a Jeremiah Love, maybe they draft a receiver.
Yeah.
I think
it's again, I think that's baked into the cost a little bit that he could do that. But I also think of the two scenarios, it's equally as likely that he's replaced 1 or 2 years down the road. I think it's equally as likely. Maybe you don't agree with that, but I think
you could say that about so many quarterbacks, though. Like, what if
like
CJ Stroud gets
Kyler Murray in this tier are also the same way.
What if CJ Stroud gets replaced a year from now or 2 years from
I think
now?
it's far less likely he does than Shuck does, given the capital spent on Stroud.
I
And
mean,
just the
I
rookie
guess
season
from a
that Stroud had that people are still going to have in their memory.
I guess from a capital perspective, but I also can understand the Texans saying, "Hey, we have an elite Super Bowl caliber defense, and when we needed to win a close game, he ended up fucking throwing 5 interceptions or whatever it was, 5 turnovers against the
Yeah,
Patriots."
it was bad. I mean, it was bad. Don't get me wrong. I just think that I think that Stroud is ultimately a better quarterback than Shuck,
I agree.
and I
I'm
think
just
that he'll bounce back. I
conversation.
don't feel great about it, but I
Um,
think he will bounce back.
yeah, I mean, I don't disagree. I'm just saying, like, that should be the conversation we're having with Shuck. And if I said CJ Stroud was worth the 109, 110, you would say that would be way too low for CJ Stroud. I know you would, you know?
Yeah,
They're back to back for
but
me.
I don't have them ranked the same though.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's how I value Shuck. I have them back to back.
Yeah. Like my QB 19
Yeah.
is Cam Ward. You said
I have him 18.
19 was where you have Shuck?
Yeah, I have 19 Stroud, 20 Shuck.
Yeah. So Cam, if someone offered me the 112 or whatever, the 111 for Cam Ward, I would say fuck no. I would rather have Cam Ward.
Yeah. Which again, 101 investment. Now you got Brian Daboll as the OC. Like, I also think Cam Ward might just be a buy because there's an opportunity by this time next year he's unattainable.
Yeah. Yeah. I think him and like I have him at the top of the tier with Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, Sam Darnold. Like it's a massive clump of players to me that are all just like, if you like them, go after them. They're probably all worth like late ones.
Yeah, no, that's reasonable. Also, shout out Michael Wilson. I didn't even realize this. You know, Michael Wilson's wife is like one of the best American soccer players, plays on the
Yes,
national
I did
team.
know that actually. I remember that being
Sophia
a
Wilson.
topic of conversation from somebody. I think Trevor Sikkema brought that up when he was coming out of the draft.
Yeah, so Sophia Wilson, she's a striker in America. I don't know what the club is, maybe Chicago, but she has a team of the year on FIFA.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, she's good.
Anyways, James Cook and Mike Wilson for the 102. What do you think?
Okay, so let's equate this out. 102 for me right now would be Carnell Tate. If for you would be Mekhi Lemon.
I mean, I just took James Cook at the early third portion, which is about where the 102 should go. So I think I'd probably take James Cook and Michael Wilson here. I'm a little lower on Wilson than you are, but I think this is pretty fair.
Yeah, no, it's a fair deal. I think
the running back and you're like you have a loaded wide receiver core, and you're like, I'll just go with James Cook.
Yeah, I think the flexibility side's on the 102, but if I can straight up realize that value and buy out some production right now, if Michael Wilson's a top 25 to 30 wide receiver this year, James Cook's going to be a top 5 to 9 running back most likely. Like, I don't see if James Cook plays a full 17 games, he finishes worse than the RB9 in fantasy.
Yeah,
and I think that's like
going to end up being a top 10 pick in redraft too.
Yeah, so like, I think you got to go with James Cook here. I also understand if you were rebuilding, let's just say you had James Cook and Michael Wilson, your team wasn't there. I also understand selling those two guys for the 102. So like, I think this is just a good trade.
I guess if you have the 102, could you get Achane or Amarian Hampton or Genty with it? Because then that's a slightly better asset than James Cook, although I do think they're very similar.
Yeah. Good deal though. I like the structure of that.
Our Collet here, Breece Hall and Harold Fannin for Bucky Irving and Brian Thomas Jr. I think this is pretty easy, Bucky and Brian Thomas Jr. here. I think Bucky's like a tier ahead of Breece Hall for me in terms of the asset value that I place on him, just because Bucky is a year and a half younger than Breece Hall and has still 2 more years on his rookie contract tethered to now Zach Robinson, who can give him. I'm not going to copy my way into the Zach Robinson hire too much, but I do think the one guy that I feel really good about it for is Bucky Irving, knowing that White is a free agent and will be gone. I think they're going to make an effort to get Tucker back, and if they don't, they could bring in an Algier type or somebody.
The other thing too,
him.
Being excited about Zach Robinson is a lot more substantive as when Grizzard was appointed. Because Grizzard, it was more like you take the small bit of play calling he had and you hoped it translated. With Zach Robinson, you have the pedigree that he's been a full-time play caller.
Yeah, he's been, not only has he been a full-time play caller, based on what I saw from his press conference, and we all know press conferences can lie, it sounds like he's learned a lot. And like he said, he didn't really know a whole lot about the game until working with McVay. And he feels like last year, he's like, one thing he said in his press conference, he's like, I already know 4 or 5 things that I would do differently in Tampa than I did at the beginning of last year in Atlanta, which is growth. And he's still a young guy and he's still learning stuff. And more importantly, he does have a lot of experience now calling plays because he called plays for 2 years in Atlanta.
Yeah, exactly. I want Bucky and BTJ.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, I will, Arthur, if you submit a review, we'll definitely do it right now.
Yep.
And anybody else, if you submit a review, I just dropped the link in the chat for that. If you guys want to submit a trade question, I will drop the link. We have on the site now, we have actually direct links to those specific products. So that should take you right to the review page or right to the trade question page there. But yeah, we're going to go Brian Thomas and Bucky Irving here. 105 and 107 for George Pickens. So in theory, you're looking Jordan Tyson, Fernando Mendoza, plus
Tyson and Concepcion, maybe.
Yeah, Concepcion, or maybe like, first round capital on a quarterback potentially, or second round capital on a running back, or Sadiq in a tight end premium or something.
That's a good offer. That's pretty close.
I think I'd take GP here. It's pretty close though. I would agree.
See,
it's close.
So let me ask you this. So in Corey, I think in most rooms, for whatever reason, again, spoiler alert, if you guys are going to be on our draft guide this year, you'll know our thoughts on Tyson versus Tate. I feel like the consensus is going to have Tyson over Tate. So if that's Carnell Tate in the 107, that's a different
or Mendoza in the quarterback asset as well.
To me, I feel like Tate's going to be the guy people fade, and I have no clue why.
Yeah. By the way, just so you know, we haven't talked about this as an outcome because we've been very adamant that the top 5 is a tier right now. Yeah. If Jonah Coleman goes in the second round, he's going to be a workhorse level prospect, and that top 5 becomes a top 6.
Yeah.
But he would have at least test pretty well to go in the second round, in my opinion. So
I think for me with Jonah Coleman, as long as he hits the low 4.5s, I'll be happy.
I know, but like for him to get second round capital when no one's mocking him there now, he would have to really show out at the combine, I think. And we'd have to hear a lot more buzz than we're currently hearing. So I don't think that's even really in the range of outcomes, but his profile's that good in the prospect model.
How hurt do you think he played down the stretch? Because
pretty hurt.
Because I mentioned it to you, like at the start of the year, bro. His efficiency was up. He looked a lot more elusive. And then I feel like the movement just kind of like looked different at the end of the year. And it was probably lower body stuff.
The nice thing, by the way, about 105 and 107 doing this deal is that all of the different range of outcomes that we just mentioned are baked. You're not picking Jordan Tyson. You're getting the 105. Like, that could be something else or whatever. We're saying worst case scenario, that's where Jordan Tyson is ranked for us right now.
Well, worst case scenario too, like, let me ask you this. Just 105 and 107. How many wide receivers in Dynasty are you concretely taking over those 2 picks? I don't think it's many.
Assuming like the pick capital becomes like where I'm going to rank KC and like, Omar Cooper and the guys that rank after Tyson for me in my rookie rankings, I think they're going to be more so around like the Jalen Waddle, Devontae Smith, DK Metcalf territory in my Dynasty rankings. Like I don't anticipate ranking KC and those guys well above players like that. I would actually rather, like you told me gun to my head right now, you get 106 is KC or whatever. Who would I rather have, Devontae Smith or KC? I'd rather have Devontae Smith. I'd rather have Jalen Waddle. I'd rather have, those type of guys.
But let me ask you this. I would take those 2 picks over Nico.
You would?
I would. I would take those 2 picks knowing that I can get Tate at 105. Like I can get Tate. I don't know if I will, or at the very minimum, I can use the 105 to move to the 103 or something.
Yeah. I think that's fair.
What I mean? Because I think Carnell
Tate, if you gave me a 2 back on the other side, I'd probably take Nico.
Yeah. So let me ask you this: if this said 103 or 104 plus the 107 for George Pickens in a 2, I would probably still take the 103 or 104 plus.
Yeah, I think so. I think as well. I think this is probably slightly the Pickens side for me, but it is a very close trade for sure. Yeah. And I think if you bake in. Because sometimes things go well. Like you remember in the 2023 rookie class where everyone was collecting first round picks because 2 years prior, everyone thought it was going to be an excellent class. Yeah. And then the 111, 112 ends up being like Charbonnet on the fucking Seahawks with Walker and like Will Levis and shit. And people were all disappointed. Sometimes it goes the other way around where like we were thinking the 105, 106, 107, 108, not that good. But then we end up getting some, like I said, Jonah goes randomly super high. Ty Simpson or Chambliss or something goes in the first round or whatever.
Well, that's what I mean. I actually think like because of that, because we don't know if it's going to be, if Tate could fall to the 105, I actually would take the 107 and 105 spot. On top of that, you're the one trading the picks right now. There's no urgency to make the deal, I think, personally.
Yeah,
this deal's going to be available come April.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, if you're the one trading the picks, that is a really good point. If you're trying to get the picks off your hands for a deal that is in excess of value of the picks or what you perceive them to be, then obviously trade them now. But the picks will gain value to the point that this deal might get you Drake London
Yeah.
in April.
In full transfer, I'm the Cowboys and Pickens bias guy, and I'm like, I think the picks right now hold a little bit more buying power.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, Bailey's got a question here. I was the 109 with injuries, so my 2027 one should be late. So, I mean, he, obviously had a little bit of a rough year injury-wise. So he's giving up a mid to late 2027 one and a 109 in 2026, and Marvin Harrison and Rome Odunze and Alvin Kamara.
Give me Genty and Loveland, and I won't think twice about it.
Yeah, I mean, if we're equating this out, I think that Genty is probably worth the 2 1s and Harrison, probably close to it.
Yeah,
at least.
Well, even if you just said the 1-1 in Harrison and you made it 109 plus Odunze and Kamara, I would take Loveland over the 109 Odunze and Kamara.
I mean, I think that you're on an island with that take a little bit because, like, based on my rankings, Loveland and Odunze are kind of close. Whereas you're like, I'm assuming you have a larger gap between the two of them.
I didn't hear a single word of that. Sorry.
I'm assuming you have a bigger gap between Odunze and Loveland, or I have a bigger gap, smaller gap. Sorry, than you would. You would have a large gap between those two assets. That's why I'm saying for me it would be more. It's a little closer for me because I'm not as high of a. I'm higher on Odunze than you, and I'm not as high on Loveland.
So I have Loveland at 26, and I have Odunze at 45.
Okay, yeah. So it's 37 and 44 for me, and then I have Harrison at 57. But I would do this trade still for what it's worth. Yeah. It just would be it would be reasonably close. It just wouldn't be that big of a difference for me.
I agree. And you have what? You have Marv at 57. He's more like a little bit lower for me. Yeah. Just
I still believe enough in Harrison that I'm willing to take the swing on him, but I'm not going to go crazy.
Either. Prescott and Rice for Daniels. I'm the Dak guy, but take Daniels here every single time.
Yeah, get Rice the hell off your fucking team. I am not the Rice guy.
Dude, I love Dak, but dude, if I can make this deal, I'm doing it every single time.
I'd give up a 1 to make this deal, to be honest. I'd give him a mid to late 1 on top of this.
Yeah, it's just like, unfortunately, like, you can make the case, Daniels versus Prescott in production, but when there's a 10-year age discrepancy, like, Rice is an easy packing piece. Also, Willis. This was the deal that Quick Six reached out to me in DMs. I'll read it out. He said, I've got a trade question for the live today. It's the JCM for Willis deal. The 2027 second, it's mine, and it's likely mid to late. He says he has Caleb, Nix, and Bryce Young on the roster, and he would look to flip Bryce Young given that Willis ends up the starter. He said he should also mention that he's on the edge about the deal. He thinks it's fair. What would you add, if anything, to get it done? So a second plus merit for Willis and Algier, and his plan then would be to try to liquidate Bryce Young because he believes in Malik Willis. If you believe in Malik Willis, I'm totally cool giving this deal.
Yeah, I mean, if you think that Malik Willis is going to be a starter and you believe in him and shit, I would actually be comfortable paying like this year's 111 or 112 for him, to be honest. Yeah. If you believe in Malik Willis. Like, if you don't, obviously don't do that.
He also said the second is his and is likely mid to late. That's another big piece of this because it says early to mid. He said it's more mid to late because it's his own pick.
Right. Yeah. So I'd be comfortable making this deal. I would rather have Tyler Algier than Bill anyways. So by a lot too. Like, I know they're not that far apart in my rankings, but I feel a lot better about Algier's ability to command a workload next year than I do about Bill's.
Yeah. Also,
they're also like the same age, by the way, too. It's like you'd think that Bill's way younger.
Yeah, no, Bill's my age, I think, right? Bill might be older than Algier. Wait, hold up.
That would be really funny if he is, honestly.
Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt is April 12th, 2001.
Okay, so they're like exactly a year apart in age. Algier is April 15th, 2000.
Did not even know that Algier was a 2000.
Yeah, but that's a good deal, especially if you're a big Willis pilled guy. Arthur submitted a team review again. If we don't get any other trade questions or team reviews before this is done, then we'll be finishing off here. But if you guys do want to submit a trade question,
one other thing I want to surprise people with.
Okay, yeah, we can do that as well.
It's more of a fun thing. Unless you guys are trading up, very unlikely, Dylan. But don't worry. Even if the Niners don't trade up, just take Omar Cooper Jr. at 26 or 27, wherever they pick.
27,
like
I
a
think.
Baby. Sleep like a baby. You'll have fun anyways.
The NFL better not let the Los Angeles Rams get Mekhi Lemon is all I'm saying.
Yep. And I honestly
DJ mocked it that way.
I might think the same about Omar going to the 49ers and that, like, there's not a single situation I trust more to get the best out of that guy.
Yeah. Those are the absolute nutted landing spots for both of those players for sure.
Yep. I agree. Finished second.
Arthur here finished second, was the 1 seed, traded Quinshawn and Ladd for Jordan Love 104 and 205.
I like that.
Ooh, yeah, I love that deal. I mean, I'd rather have
you could shave the 205 off that and I'd feel great.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a fair deal. Did it with T-Law for 101, trade agreed, and then the dude backed out and left the league. How do I get 101? God. Sell quarterback, use 104. Okay, so you're looking to go get Jeremiah, basically, is what you're saying.
Yeah, makes sense. And that is unfortunate. Dude backed out and then left.
I mean, I would have much rather had Jeremiah Love than Trevor Lawrence, as much as I like Trevor Lawrence.
I would rather Jeremiah Love than Jalen Hurts.
Yeah. I actually think that might be your best course of action. Is you said, how do I get the 101? I'd sell Jalen Hurts for the 101.
I would too.
I think that most people would do that as well. Like if you're holding, like the guy with the 101, let's see. So it's this guy's quarterback.
This guy took it over. Yeah.
No quarterback. I mean, how does he not accept Jalen Hurts for the 101 in his situation?
Roster? Now I know why the guy left the league. He's got a lot of picks. Actually, I'll give
classic bum fucking loser league mates who have rosters like that and then leave leagues.
Well, he's on.
I don't know about you, but I noticed a lot less people leaving leagues in the leagues that I'm in this year than in years past.
Yeah, I noticed that. He's on the fence about the deal. What would you add to get it done now? So. Yeah, I mean, like if you cost you like an extra 3 or something like that. Or
yeah, that's all I'd probably add, though. I wouldn't be throwing him another 2.
Yeah, maybe like the most I'd give is if you had like a depth number 6 receiver, like a Jawan Jennings type, you want to throw that on, like go ahead.
Yeah.
I wouldn't get more than that, though.
So he also said he already tried offering Jalen Hurts for the 101, and he said no response. I mean, use any of your quarterbacks, do some recon. Who does he like? Who does he not like? If he likes Lawrence, offer him Lawrence. If he doesn't like Lawrence, offer him Hurts. If he doesn't like Hurts, see how much on top of Jordan Love you have to pay. Like that's probably what I would do is use whatever quarterback he wants and then see if you can make a move there. And if you can't, obviously you have Gibbs, Genty, and Cooks. You don't even really need Jeremiah Love, but you're trying to build an absolute wagon of running backs.
He's trying to be Thanos. I like it.
I get it. He basically said use 104. Would you use 104 to go get Jeremiah? Like how would you get up to 101 with 104 in this situation?
Let me see that guy's team.
He's not gonna accept anything that's not picks, I would imagine. Like if he's smart and knows what he's doing. Like I'm not selling 101 in his situation unless somebody's offering me 104, probably in their 27-1. That'd be the only way I would do it if I was that guy.
With this team from Arthur, I would offer that every time.
Yeah, like if that's what you can do, 104 plus 27-1, and like maybe he'll throw you back something like Scadaboo, or also maybe not Scadaboo, but like something that's of value if he has anything that you like.
Tell me how you got no response. That makes no sense. You didn't get a response?
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. So he has a bunch of other picks as well. Maybe what you could do too, because a lot of people know that this class is not excellent at the end of the first round. Maybe what you could do is offer him 104. You're 27-1, and maybe he'd give you 112 and the 101 because people, if they're aware of this class, they know that the end of the first is not very good. Or maybe just for the psychological factor, ask for the 201 instead of the 112 because it's basically the same pick, only one's in the second round, so he'll think it's way worse.
Yeah, just play around with it, see what you can do.
I mean, I am too, for what it's worth, anti-selling 2027 ones, but getting Jeremiah Love on this team would do numbers.
I mean,
like this is.
I mean, Arthur, you don't have to dominate the 2027 class in every single league. Because I know you have a lot of leagues with a lot of 27 picks. I do too. Not every league
for a startup, just like everybody. Like I want to do one right now, but I do think it would behoove us to do it closer to the time that people are paying attention. Like you sickos, you sick fucks in the chat right now that are still watching fantasy stuff at the end of January.
I tip it.
I feel the most, I tip it too. There's probably majority of people don't care about Dynasty, even like not even redraft, but like Dynasty. People don't care about Dynasty until the combine typically.
Hear me out. So what other pick other than 101 does that guy have?
He has 106, 109, 112, 201.
So this could sound weird. Would you offer Cook and Love for the 106 and 101?
Jordan Love, I'm assuming you mean?
Jordan Love and James Cook for 106, 101.
No, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't?
No.
I think that would be about value.
I'd rather have the 106 than I'd rather have Jordan Love than the 106, and I'd rather have Jeremiah Love than James Cook. But it's like not that far off. Like I think James Cook and Jeremiah Love are pretty close in terms of my dynasty value of the two players.
Huh.
I that's a pro Cook take more than an anti Jeremiah take.
Okay. I was just
like I moved James Cook up to the back of the tier with Achane, Genty, and Amari and Hampton. Like that's how much I view James Cook as like part of that group.
No, that's fair.
I think there's a bigger difference between James Cook, RB6 in my rankings, and Bucky Irving, RB7 in my rankings than there is between James Cook and Devon Achane, who's RB3 in my rankings.
I have Love at RB3.
Well, Love is not in my my rankings yet.
Oh, all right. Is he going to be your
have you added the rookies to your dynasty rankings?
I've added the picks, like where they are.
Oh yeah. No, I haven't. Like what we'll eventually in the next like month or so, we'll add the rookies in. And I'll probably put Jeremiah Love at RB3 as well. But I do think there's a small gap between James Cook and Jeremiah Love, or a smallish gap between them.
No, don't do that.
Trade Jefferson? No, definitely don't do that.
Don't do that. Yeah, I don't blame you, Arthur. I was just pitching ideas. I'm really enjoying the content. Appreciate you, Dynasty Dave. Big time. Outside of that, though, like what other ideas we got here? Let's try to look.
I don't think there's much else that sticks out.
I mean, Hurts is sticking out like a sore thumb.
Yeah, you got to move one of these quarterbacks for sure. Like, and I think Hurts is the one that I would move just because. The other thing though is that Hurts is on the downslope right now. So if you think he's going to bounce back, then you could hold him. But and Lawrence is the one that's on the high, so you could sell high on Lawrence and keep Hurts and Jordan Love if you're looking for the like.
I definitely have them a lot closer than Corey does.
I mean, they're close. They're not close in terms of like I have QB8 and QB11 doesn't seem close, but they are very close in my startup rankings. So like I have 10 spots apart in my startup rank.
I have Lawrence at 23 and Hurts at 24.
Oh, okay. So they're really close for you.
Yeah.
I mean, I have Hurts at 22 and I have Lawrence at 33. So they're less than 10 spots apart in my rankings.
Okay, it's not updated then there because this is 18 and 36.
Oh yeah, no, I've moved Hurts down a couple. Like as we've been going through mocks and stuff, I've moved players down, and during the first mock, I moved Hurts down.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. I was just curious.
For some reason, it's not updated there, but yeah, I would. Anyway, Arthur, your team is goated. Like realistically, you're fine. Don't worry about it. But yeah, if you're going to get 101, try using the quarterbacks. The other thing you could do maybe is go after 102. With one of the quarterbacks and then use the 102 to get to 101. Because maybe he's thinking my team's a long haul rebuild. I'd rather have a receiver than a running back. I'll trade down with you from 102. And then maybe it doesn't cost you that much. All you have to give up is like the 205 and a future 2 or a future 3 or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, play around with it. You clearly have a squad. And by the way, I mentioned Jennings earlier. You literally have Jawan Jennings. Oh, that was in the other deal.
Jennings is just like a classic good contender piece to hold.
Yeah, well, like that's what I mean. If you have to throw him into a deal, though, like I'm not worried about losing him. But also, if I have him, I'm like, yeah, I can throw him into the lineup. Like he's one of those pieces in Dynasty that like you're happy that you have, but you don't really like care to value too high. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sorry, I lagged out there for a second.
He's kind of like a Michael Pittman, but like a little bit worse standing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In terms of like what we thought about Pittman.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel about him too. But anyways, we're gonna close this one off at the 2-hour mark.
One other thing.
What's up?
I found this site and I thought it'd just be fun to like close off like a little mini game, right?
Okay.
Have you heard of NFL Perry Pick'em?
No, but it sounds like tvpass.org.
No. So basically what it is, it's like a fantasy game. You can go head to head and it'll give you a team prompt and like whoever can like sort out the most fantasy points from that team. I just thought like, we could spend like 5 minutes on it at the end.
All right. Sure. Let's go.
So I saw people doing this because like it's all over like YouTube shorts and stuff. I'm like, well, we'll see what it looks like. So
is this like some free game that you can do or what?
Yeah, I guess we both have to pick I have to restart it. I didn't know there's a timer. So I guess there's a timer, 30-second timer. We have to pick a player from a team and like put them in a position. So like, depending on what you tell me, I can like put the player in that position. Okay. We'll see if they give the same team as before. Hopefully not. So I guess we have to determine, do you want to be player 1 or player 2?
I'll be player 2, I guess.
Okay. My bad. And
what's the goal of the game? To get the most fantasy points?
Get the most fantasy points. Yeah.
Like just historically in their career or like
historically best season, most fantasy points in the season.
Okay.
So you said you're player 1 or player 2?
I'll be player 2.
Player 2. Okay. So this will be my team. So Arizona Cardinals all time. I'm trying to think. I mean, it's going to be Larry Fitzgerald. It has to be.
I don't know about that.
You don't think so? Best
David
season?
Johnson.
Oh, right.
Did you get?
I think No. There's also a Cardinal.
Oh, you're
here.
just trying to get a lot of fantasy
so
points.
you got David Johnson. Reason why I didn't go with running back is because there's better fantasy running back seasons overall.
I don't know, dude. David Johnson 2016 was pretty damn good.
You're back on the board here, Washington. It's going snake, it looks like.
And I need, okay, I could take anything position-wise?
Any player outside of one of the running backs.
Shit. Who's a good season for Washington? I don't want to use a wide receiver spot. I can't believe, I wouldn't imagine that's a good one. Can I get an RG3? No, that quarterback, there's no way. I don't want to use that on RG3. Give me a Jordan Reed.
Reed. Got you. Woo! I'd snipe that.
Waste the tight end spot, I guess.
Yeah, I might go Zach Ertz.
That's not a good idea.
I mean, I don't want to waste a flex spot on like a fringe watch. Like, I don't want to waste Alfred Morris.
Yeah, I was gonna say like Clinton Portis or Alfred Morris would be like the flex spot wastes or something.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go Ertz.
I mean, did Vernon ever have a good year there? I guess there's probably with.
I don't think so.
Probably would have been with San Fran.
I mean, there's only one option.
Yeah, fuck off. That's unfortunate. Okay. Chargers.
A couple options like Vincent.
Yeah, give me Austin Eckler.
Austin Eckler, that's a good pick. Boom. Another team, Cincinnati Bengals.
Oh, I feel like I got to give me Jamar Chase.
Yeah, I think that's the right answer. I'm trying to think. 403 from Chase is not going to. Burrow was in the quarterback one.
He's a good pick though. Still.
Yeah, he's not bad. I'm just trying to think. Oof. Now it's a little bit more of a struggle. I'm trying to think what.
It's a shame you didn't pick your tight end spot already because you could have used Eifert.
Yeah, I could have. I'll just go Burrow. 372 is a good thing to lock in.
San Fran.
49ers. I mean.
Yeah, McCaffrey.
Christian.
I'm trying to think what would be a good 49er to use. It's 49er. A shame I didn't use my fucking tight end already because I could have put Kittle here.
Yeah, fuck, that's a good point. I wasted a Zach Ertz pick.
I feel like I'm forgetting like a massive season from somebody right now off the top of my head. There's two options that I have. I could go with a Gore season or I could go with a Debo season. Give me the Debo season. I'll take the Debo season.
Gerald Rice.
Oh, it's that long ago that we can go?
I mean, I don't know, but I got LaDainian.
I mean, that's like the 2000s, though. I wasn't thinking it was that old. Okay, right. New England? Oh, fuck. I mean, it's got to be Brady 07, right? Actually, no, Randy. Well, hold on. Do I go Randy here is the question.
Go quick.
Give me Brady 07. That seems like a good pick.
Thank you. I already had my quarterback.
Oh, that's dumb of me then. My strategy is not sharp on this game, I guess.
It's a close battle right now. Tampa Bay. Oh, I wish I had my quarterback for fucking Brady now. Tampa Bay. I mean, Doug Martin had a good year. I'm not going to go him, though. Evans had 1,500 and something in here. If it was per game, I'd go Godwin. Oof. This feels safe. I can't think of anybody on the fly. I'm just going to go with Evans. I'm probably missing somebody with a higher season.
I can't think if Godwin's 2019 or if Doug Martin's 2015 would be better here.
That's who I was thinking. I was caught between with Doug Martin 2012.
Or yeah, whatever year it was. I thought it was 15 that he had a really good year. Godwin only played 15 games that year, so I'll go with give me Doug Martin.
Whew, got that off. Cowboys. I mean, you can go Emmett here, right? Or Emmett.
Or does Emmett Smith count? Like, I don't know how old this can go.
Oh, it's your pick. Yeah, right. Let me search. Yeah, Emmett works.
Emmett works? Okay, well, did he have a better season than Zeke, though, for fantasy?
I mean, I know Zeke was top 2 in 2016. I know Emmett is the leading rusher of all time.
Give me Zeke, dude. I feel like he had a better season.
Okay.
For fantasy, at least.
I think I'm going to win it here, though. You know what you're forgetting?
Dez?
The guy who outscored
Lamb.
Jamar Chase, 403 points.
Yeah, I don't think I was going to win anyways, to be honest.
I almost sold with the Ertz pick. I didn't realize I only scored 177.
I guess, actually, if I had picked Lamb there and you went with Zeke, then you would have lost, I think, right? Yeah, you would have lost.
It was close, man.
Okay, let's do one more. Let's do one more.
We'll do one more. We'll do one more. You could be team A this time.
DeMarco would have been a good shout as well. I don't think he had a better season than Zeke did. Actually, no, yeah, DeMarco did have a really good season that year. He probably had 400 fantasy points that year.
He didn't have any receptions. That's why I thought Emmett was probably the one, because he would have had the touchdowns as well.
Well, we might get them again. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. That was a fucking fun one. Drafting from the Giants. You.
Oh, I'm first this time?
Yeah, we switched it up.
Right. Okay.
I'm gonna get Giants too, though.
Surely, it's not. That was 12 games though, points per game for his rookie season. Give me Tiki Barber here. I think that's got to be the right answer.
Tiki, okay. And I will go with Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah, his best season was probably not as good. Yeah, but that's a good receiver season.
Texans. Oof. It's Arian.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was hoping you'd pick Hopkins so that I could get Arian. So is it Hopkins or is it Andre though? Would be the best. Who had the best season of the two of them?
I'm thinking of a year specifically.
I think it's got to be Hopkins, right?
Yeah,
I'm gonna go Hopkins. I think his 17 is probably better than anything 17. Andre did.
I think he was the wide receiver 1 that year.
Yeah.
We got the Pittsburgh Steelers
with the Jets logo. What the hell? Pittsburgh Steelers. It's got to be an Antonio season, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to just take Bell anyways, so it's not really a big deal. But Antonio's got to be the best season, I think.
Yeah, PPR too.
It's got to be Antonio Brown. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Le'Veon had a better season than that.
I mean, they're pretty close. Washington, we just went over this. I know Ertz has nothing, but I do know Reed. I do know Reed, though. Reed was a good game. He
had a good season.
Cooley is a good option, too, but I'm going to go Reed. Cooley was good.
I feel like you're screwing me here now because you took my guy.
Took your Reed.
I feel like just give me Alfred Morris. I'll just fucking
Alfred.
Take
Okay.
Yeah. Or did Portis have a better year? Give me Morris. Give me
Morris. Portis.
Morris.
Okay.
Ugh, that's shit.
Miami.
I mean, can I use Dan Marino?
I think you should be able to.
No,
not my full name. Who else?
Okay. Give me Devon Achane, right?
Achane?
Yeah. I feel like I'm missing somebody.
Yeah, Achane was the good pick, but you
Tyreek,
one guy. Yeah.
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 Fuck.
Chiefs, I mean. Wait. No. Mahomes or Holmes?
I can use Kelsey here. Let's go.
Mahomes or Holmes? This might be Priest Holmes angle, actually. This is Priest Holmes to 03. Yeah.
I feel like the advantage here has to be getting you on a bunch of tight end points.
It has to be, right? You're going
I could go Mahomes as well.
Yeah.
Or I could take, give me Kelsey. I feel like it's too much of an advantage not to take him.
He had over 300. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking lock.
Oh.
Jets. There's a good option.
I'm trying to think right now. Who's the best option that I could have here?
This is a good option.
Am I baked?
Yeah, I think so.
Did Tomlinson have a great year in the Jets?
Well, it's probably going to be a flex, right?
Yeah. Give me
quick
Tomlinson, I guess. I don't know. It's got what is it? Fucking Decker or something?
It's like Curtis Martin.
Oh, Curtis Martin. Fuck. Yeah.
Chargers. This has got to be Herbert, right? Unless
guess I'll take Rivers. That's my only option.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if Fouts would qualify, but even Fouts didn't have the numbers that Herbert did, even as a rookie.
I go Rivers.
So this is an uphill climb.
You annihilated me this time.
This game's fun though. Like I saw people doing it. I'm like, yo, that kind of looks legit. I can't lie. Like even just a couple games.
Okay, give me one more. Give me one more shot here. I gotta fucking figure it out. Gotta turn this franchise around.
I still have my DeMarco jersey, dude. He's a beast. It is a dope game, bro. Honestly, like when I saw them doing it, I'm like, this would be a perfect.
Who was doing this?
To unwind. I just seen it on YouTube Shorts and stuff. People do it like all the time.
Okay.
I think they did it on the Kelsey show too. Not sure.
Give me one more shot here. Let's go.
Bet. Team A or Team B?
Yeah, I was Team A this time, so I'll go B again.
Bet. And I will be Team A. Arizona Cardinals. I mean, I know David Johnson at over 400 points, so I'm just gonna.
You're getting all the freebies.
I mean, you got Fitz. That's
yeah. Give me Fitzgerald.
Yeah, he's.
Actually, no. I don't want Fitzgerald. Give me McBride.
Good pick. Wow, actually, good point. That's a snag. 315. That's a snag.
Yeah.
Jets. I mean.
Curtis Martin, I guess.
Yeah, I was waiting for it.
Yeah. Jets fucking suck. It's the worst.
Do they have any tight end years?
Why is Chris Herndon the tight end that popped into my head?
I can't even think who would. I'm not taking Garrett Wilson. I have to take Garrett Wilson.
I think.
Fuck else
is Brees quietly the next best option?
Yeah, he might be. Or Forte
have a good year there.
Oh
no, that's a throw.
Damn.
You got plenty of options here.
Yeah. I mean, I got to go with Manning, right? It's only going to count as Colts years, but in the year they made the Super Bowl, he also had a 50 touchdown year.
Yeah.
Dallas Clark's a decent option, but I don't think I think I need
he
more
wouldn't
upside
have been sniffing those numbers. I don't think.
Yeah, 360. I'll take.
It's PPR. You said.
Yeah.
I already have a running back too. So give me Harrison. I think he probably. It's either Harrison or JT or what's his name?
Right, JT too. Fuck.
The other running back is fucking escaping my mind right now. Give me a senior
though. You're thinking of a die, right?
No, fucking 98 draft. But I want Harrison.
Okay.
Sorry, why am I baked? Who can I think of? The fucking okay. I'm Steelers again. Give me Antonio.
And I will go with Le'Veon. I'm gonna need to catch up though for sure. I'm behind the 8 ball right now. 13-20. I'm 60 behind. Okay. Titans.
Oh shit.
Oh, it's CJ2K.
Yeah, there's one very clear answer, and then the rest of them suck. Who would have had the next best season for the fucking Titans?
Treylon Burks, baby.
Oh my god, who the hell am I gonna pick for this? It got to be Derrick Henry, I would imagine.
It's got to be.
Yeah, maybe Eddie George, but probably Derrick Henry.
Did he have more than CJ? Hold up, no, he didn't.
No, but that's a good year though. Still,
yeah, still good.
Fuck off, Commanders! Like literally die.
The thing is, you already have your tight end.
I know, I do already have my tight end. What was? Fred Morris wasn't much, right?
He was solid, but like you could also just go with the quarterback.
Give me Clinton Portis this time. Fuck it,
Clinton. Let's go.
There's nowhere else. I'm not burning my quarterback spot on fucking RG3. That's actually a pretty good year.
Yeah, it's better than fucking Matt Forte. Why did I think Matt Forte had a big year with the Jets?
No, he did not. I knew that was a bad pick when you did.
Damn. I mean, Moss. He had more than Jefferson.
I'll just take whatever you don't. So
I mean, Carter's in the discussion too. That's why I'm actually thinking.
Actually, maybe an answer that might be better than both of them.
Receiver?
Edgerrin James. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah. Okay. So Moss 376. Now I'm trying to think, is Dalvin Cook's season in 2020 better than anything that Jefferson's done in fantasy points?
I couldn't even take him. I only had the receivers left.
I'm already in the lead, I think. Give me Jefferson. I'll just go with the safe. I think Jefferson's 2022 is probably better than Dalvin's.
That's a good option. You're 22 ahead right now.
Falcons, probably Matt Ryan's MVP, right? Or Vic, probably.
Which one?
I'll go Matt Ryan's MVP. I know he scored like 370 fantasy points that year. Yeah, there we go. Decent one. Okay.
Julio's the low-hanging fruit, but like I'm trying to think if a guy had a more did Roddy White have a year with more touchdowns?
Had to be Julio Jones.
But he never scored a lot of touchdowns.
No, but his 15, I think, was the big year that he had, or 14, I think it was.
Didn't 2011 Roddy White have like 1,415 touchdowns?
Maybe. I mean, you don't have Gonzalez available, but he had a really big year the one year too.
I'll just go Julio.
It's got to be Julio, I think.
What? Wow.
Oh my god.
Let's go. Oh my god, Corey, you sold.
What?
AP.
Oh, AP. Oh my god, I'm trolling.
We'll do one more where you're Team A, just to even it out. Jeez. MVP Adrian Peterson. Oh my God.
Thankfully, Vic did not have a better season than Matt Ryan's 2016, so I didn't fuck that up at least.
So was it 2011? Did Roddy White not have 1,415 touchdowns in 2011?
He might have. I don't know.
Let me take a look. He had 1,389 and 10 touchdowns in 2010 with 115 catches.
Okay, let's do one more. One more. I got to get this franchise off the mat.
Let's go. So
I can't believe I threw that. I'm Team A now.
Oh, there you go. I mean, there's a good option here. There's a couple good options, but
yeah, I'm trying to think if I want to burn Brady right now.
That's a good point. You could get him for the Patriots.
I think there's better quarterback seasons out there. Just give me Mike as a wide receiver.
Mike. I'll go with 21 Brady.
That's really good season, actually. I didn't think it was that good.
So this is not going to be Jim Brown days, unfortunately. Oh, dude. Josh
Gordon.
Fuck yeah. 314 is not that much, though. It's less than
Am I about to take Peyton Hillis here? No, I can't think. I can't. Wow,
Braylon Edwards
of a season.
Braylon Edwards.
No, there's no way. Fucking stupid Browns.
Barnage.
Yeah, give me Gary Barnage, actually. That's
good
actually
season.
Really fine for the
good season.
Wide receiver Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, I mean that's good.
Oh, actually, hold on. No, it's got to be Kupp. He's got the best season of all time.
Corey.
That's who I was thinking of. But I think that Kupp's season is better. Yeah.
Oh, it is. Okay,
it is better. I figured it was better.
I'm between two guys. Adams or Green? I mean, you're going to get the other one. Did Devontae Adams or Amon Green have a bigger year? I'm thinking of 03 Amon Green. I got to think that Adams, given the touchdowns, had a bigger year, but 03 Amon Green was the one I thought of.
I'll burn Aaron Rodgers here, to be honest. I think I can find better running back seasons.
Fair enough. That's a good year.
14 Aaron Rodgers or 10 Aaron Rodgers. Got to be one of those. Well, speaking of better running back seasons, give me Chris Johnson here.
Mr. CJ. And then I probably just got to go with Derek unless I'm missing a receiver year.
No, there's no one.
I don't think so either.
No way. There's no Dyson fucking season had anywhere near that.
I'll take it, though. That's a good year. Bears.
Oh, fuck off.
I mean, it doesn't go back as far as Peyton. Am I missing something?
Yeah, you are.
There. Oh, Forte. Which year? I mean, it doesn't matter. I can just say Forte.
Yeah, that's why I said fuck, because I feel like this is a really top-heavy team.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Who the heck am I going to pick here? Ugh.
Roman Dunze.
Give me DJ Moore. His first year with Chicago.
Brandon Marshall.
Yeah, I guess Marshall would have been good. I was thinking of Marshall as well, but I thought Moore was a top 10 receiver that year.
Buffalo Bills.
Buffalo Bills.
Of course, neither of us have quarterback. Neither of us have quarterback spot.
Yeah, that sucks. I feel like it's got to be just James Cook, right?
Could be.
Like receiver wise, I don't think you can really think of one that would have had a huge season. Give me James Cook.
Yeah, and then I mean tight end. Am I missing one? I was thinking about Clay. The Kincaid. No, Kincaid wouldn't have had a bigger year.
Yeah, please pick Kincaid.
No, I
He's never played more than like 14 games.
I'm just trying to get relatively close to Barnage, and I don't want to waste my flex on like Fred Jackson. So I'm actually gonna go Charles Clay. That was not even close. Wow.
Yeah, that's.
But it worked out. It worked out, dude. I mean, was I gonna waste a flex spot when I had Jamar Chase as the next pick?
Okay, how many do I need here? Like 300 points, 350 points.
Yeah, 331. 331.
Okay.
Attainable.
I feel like it is. It's got to be an AJ Green season, I feel like.
Adrian Jeremiah.
Yeah, give me AJ Green.
Green.
Could be a Mixon season. Did Mixon have a better year than that? That would have been the other one I would have picked.
I don't think Mixon ever had a 20-point per game year on the Bengals.
Best season total.
By the way, I guess another thing we have to account for is the schedule changed to 17 games because it's on total points.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a good fucking point.
Mixon's best season was 287.
Okay. So
I don't think it was possible for me to beat you there. With you getting that pick there with Jamar, like I don't think it was possible that I beat you.
Yeah,
Higgins definitely, unless Ocho had a better season than AJ, but I think AJ's seasons were all better than Ocho's, to be honest.
It was Brandon Marshall. If you got Brandon Marshall instead of DJ Moore, I think you would have.
Yeah, well,
like was the one.
The Browns and Bears were so top heavy that you getting Gordon and Matt Forte like really talked to me there. And I got the advantage that I got. Cooper Kupp was matched by the fact that you also had one of the best running back seasons of all time on the same team.
Yeah, so when you first said Kupp, I first thought Gurley. Then I'm like, oh wait, no, Marshall Faulk literally won MVP. So like I almost said Gurley, and then I remembered Faulk.
I was thinking of both. I was like, I know both of them had lower points than Kupp though.
Yeah.
Like I like that's a team that you're like, those are all great seasons, but like they all had lower points than Kupp did.
And there's another version of this. It's a daily game basically, and you have to base off the prompts, get as accurate of a lineup as you can. And we'll see if we could do this together, and then we can sign out. It's just both of us together here. So it's the New Orleans Saints. We could take any year of any position. We just have to click into it. I'm assuming it's probably going to be a Breeze year we're on.
Oh, okay, so it has to be the same year for everybody?
No, so we just pick a player, and whatever their best year is, they'll put in.
Oh, okay, yeah, go Breeze, obviously then.
Breeze, or we could do Kamara.
Oh, okay, you got to pick the first one.
Yeah, we just put so it's New Orleans Saints. We could put them in any one of these positions.
Okay, but are we trying to get the highest scoring fantasy point performance in first?
Correct. So it has a perfect lineup. And basically, we have to try to match the perfect lineup. So we have to think ahead. Okay, so the Saints, are we going to get better?
Most all-time, second most all-time, third most all-time, etc. Okay.
And you could also
play. You can only use those positions a certain amount of times and whatnot.
So, for example, if you know a team is good across the board, then it's tougher versus if you know a team is only like
top heavy or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. So like,
okay. Saints, so is Kamara the all-time scoring here, or is it Michael Thomas's 2019 that's higher?
That's the debate. It's
or is it a best Breeze year probably beats all of them at quarterback?
Because 2011 Breeze threw 50 and 5,200, right?
Yeah, it's got to be Breeze first, I think.
Yeah, well, I think I agree with Breeze. 391.6 a good score, but then we got McCaffrey.
Oh, it's all different teams. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it'll tell the year that it came from.
Yeah, 2019 McCaffrey, obviously.
So I was almost like, fuck, we missed out on 15 Newton, but we have 19 McCaffrey. We're chilling. Washington Commanders.
Washington.
I know, they always show up.
We just take Jordan Reed, I guess, right?
Yeah, it's probably got to be Reed here. So, okay, let me see what we would have missed out on. Because I'm thinking like, I think it's just, I think we have the perfect lineup so far.
We just burned Jordan Reed.
Unless, Portis was in higher
game season in his best year. Like, that's a good season for a tight end.
Yeah, I think that's a sharp option. Broncos here.
Is this Demarius?
It's probably Demarius. Are we missing?
Got to be 13 Demarius, right?
I think so. I'm trying to think now. 13 Demarius would be up there. This would have been a good Julius Thomas or a quarterback pick as well.
Julius Thomas's best season's worse than Jordan Reed's.
Is it?
Yeah. I the tight ends, league-winning tight ends, I know Reed scored more points per game, unless they played more games or something, maybe.
I'm curious what it ended up being between Manning and Breeze, because I think that would be the only thing that could fuck us.
Yeah, that could fuck us for sure.
I think Demarius is the right answer.
Yeah, Demarius is who we gotta go with here, I think.
B. Marsh could be an option.
No, he never had that great of a year. Not better than Demarius that season. Sanders had a great year that year in 2015 or whatever, but Decker had a great year in 13 as well.
Like maybe if I check flex, are we missing anybody big? Like
what about Terrell Davis?
Terrell Davis, a good option too, or Portis. Yeah, like even Shannon Sharp would have been an option. I think Terrell Davis probably the option then, right?
Yeah, he's not available. Okay, so we got to go DT then.
So it's probably 2000s on. So probably Demarius Thomas. Yeah, Demarius. Where is he? 340.9. Okay, that's not bad.
That just scared me. Would Rod Smith have had a better season?
He could have.
Okay, Cleveland, Josh Gordon.
Yeah, it has to be. Like, I can't even think of anybody else off my head. No. Green Bay Packers. It's probably Amon Green or Devontae Adams, right?
It's got to be Adams. I think Adams had higher scores than those. It's like a 24 point per game receiver the 1 year.
And then Titans, CJ2K. So it'll give us an accuracy rating based off what the perfect lineup is versus what we got. So we got 97% and we got 4 of the 7 right picks. And if we click show the perfect lineup, it'll tell us exactly exactly what it was. So the perfect lineup
had to have like anticipated what the other teams were to actually get it perfect.
So now we know Amon Green actually outscored Devontae Adams season.
Wow. Okay. I'm surprised by that.
And the only one we missed was Manning and Thomas instead of Breeze and
but Thomas was the one that, because I guess it was because we didn't get to use Manning that was the problem.
Yeah. I mean, fun time though, and 97%. If you guys get higher than that in chat, feel free to let us know. But I just thought it was a little bit fun.
It's like a Wordle or whatever that you can do it every day kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like cool. A Wordle, and then like we can hop in, just kind of like chat old fantasy stuff because like we talk about like what seasons it could have been. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, well, appreciate you guys sticking around for us diddly whacking around at the end of this stream. But if you guys missed the announcement at the beginning of the stream, draft guide dropping February 15th. You get the regular PDF draft guide that got a complete makeover this year. You can see Omar Cooper's player card there. Prospect model fully integrated. You see the floor, Anthony Miller, median, Matthew Golden, ceiling, Brandon Ayuk, all based on his kind of prospect grade, his strengths, his weaknesses, our grades, projected draft capital, etc. Pro comparisons, potential fits, all that stuff. Both Danny and I agree that San Francisco is his #1 fit. And then also, too, as you see there, prospect video. Basically, what we did was tail the tapes, but both of us on it, and we can actually use the tape. So that's the fun part about our draft guide this year. So definitely check that out. That'll be available flockfantasy.com, promo code FSE on February 15th, the first edition, our top 24 players or so. We'll have the prospect videos, the player cards, etc., our rankings among those players, our positionals among those players, etc. And then March and April, we'll have draft guide updates, adding more players and whatnot. And yes, Hoosiers. Shout out to Amar Cooper and the national champions there. So appreciate you guys for tuning in. Going to have some other videos later this week. Stay tuned for that. Peace out. We'll talk to you soon.
Whew.